Coming up next, lick me. Lick me. Lick me.
It wasn't lick
Fuck me.
Yeah, there.
Oh, fuck me. What was your favorite quote?
Not that one.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Damn me. This is my home.
Why you let this happen to me?
Damn me.
All Guts So Gory presents our 50th movie, The Exorcist.
Somewhere between science and superstition, there is another world. The world of darkness.
Look, your daughter doesn't say she's a demon. She says she's the devil himself.
I'm telling you that thing upstairs isn't my daughter. Now, I want you to tell me that you know for a fact that there's nothing wrong with my daughter except in her mind. You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that.
Nobody expected it. Nobody believed it. And nothing could stop it. The one hope. The only hope. The Exorcist. Rated R.
Mother, what's wrong with me?
The movie you've been waiting for, without the wait.
The mad and macabre.
Oh, what monster could have done this?
I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Live or die. Make your choice. Wake up, little girl.
Playtime's over.
You don't know what death is.
Sliced and diced.
Welcome to the All Guts So Gory podcast. Today, our conversation is our 50th horror movie deep dive we have done here on the show. And so we decided to cover The Exorcist, an all hands pick, one that is certainly raising the bar for this podcast. I believe it's a movie I'm worried about if we could do it justice or not. We're coming up on a year that we've been doing this, and we've had a couple of all hands selections where we rotate our picks, but every now and then we throw in a tent pole one that's just a stone cold banger that doesn't have to be assigned to a single person on this pod. It's just one we all love, an all-time classic, and this is one of them to celebrate our 50th horror movie deep dive, guys. The Exorcist. I'm Mike. I'm joined as always by Justin and Charlie.
Woo woo.
The three of us hold this film in such high regard. Just the word exorcist for me, it's just like, seems like just such a harsh word in the English language. When you see it in like all capital letters on a marquee, it's just like, ooh, it's just a chilling word. Just the way it looks, it's just like the X and the cyst. It's just like hard. I don't know. It's just, I know that's basically the whole word, but
You put the cyst in exorcist.
but you know, it just, I don't know. In my opinion, when you see that, I think it just adds more to the intrigue of this. But anyway, first question off the top, guys. Charlie, I'll start with you. At any point in your life, was this maybe the scariest movie you've ever seen?
I'm sure it was, but I don't remember specifically like thinking this is the scariest movie or this movie's scary, but it's not The Exorcist.
Okay. So when was the first time you saw this?
You know, I don't remember.
As a baby?
It was,
Wow.
no.
Okay, Justin, on to you.
It was, I think it was like a VHS, you know, my mom liked horror movies, but she was religious.
She didn't mess around with
we
that.
We didn't watch paranormal, and that's probably why paranormal scares me so much still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Justin, your thoughts. Did you see this young, too young? Was it the scariest movie you've ever seen?
So this is a movie like a lot of other movies we've reviewed where it's like this, you culturally know what happens before you see the movie, right? Like this embeds itself into our culture. People know about the spinning head, the split pea soup, the tales of the making of this movie. The first time I remember like watching it like as an adult or whatever would be I was staying at my girlfriend's house at the time. I was watching it alone when everybody else was asleep on VHS tape, so I could, or it might have been DVD, but anyway, I could pause and catch all those Pazuzu glimpses, you know, and all that stuff. And just the music and nobody talking during it or anything like that made this the most effective horror movie I've ever seen. Yeah, it did a great job of making me feel uneasy, definitely during watching it, and then made me think afterwards, right? I think I was talking to you before podcast started, but I've probably seen this about 5 times total, showing it to different people. And after the first time, it's like I watched it with the lens of, why does this make me think so much? Why was it so effective? How was it so effective? Because people are like, my kids, for example, they're 16 and they're like, I don't get what's so scary about this. It's just a girl that's possessed, and, you know, some people come in and do their thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, well, you're wrong.
Right, exactly.
You're wrong, because you're at that age where you watch things with your friends and you're telling jokes about like, oh, she's hot, or wouldn't it be funny if she fell down the stairs, or, you know, stupid stuff. Oh, she pissed on the floor. Ha.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're making jokes. You're not like, so to me. Oh, and then I saw I think they did a re-release in the theater shortly after that too, that I watched it for the first time. So
yeah, in 2000.
Short answer to your question is, so that was probably 25 years ago or so that I started watching this, for, you know, the handful of times that I've seen it. But yeah, there was a time where I thought this was the best, most effective horror movie, and it's how well it did.
Yeah, for me, it absolutely was. Don't know if it still is, just because I'm older now and I've seen it so many times, so I'm desensitized to it. But at the time, was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. That it, while watching it, I felt like the tension never let up. It was absolutely frightening. I remember sitting in a recliner in my living room when I was about 13, where I'm watching this, and every time there's like a scream coming from upstairs, it's like I'm grabbing the armrest of the recliner, like ripping the foam out of it, not knowing what's gonna be revealed when they get up there. Like, after the first time there's a scream and they go up and investigate, it's like the next time it's like, oh fuck, what's about to happen?
Yeah, it amps up.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then gosh, from that point, it's like every time that you hear a scream, there's that, and then it's not even, you're like waiting for the scream that could happen at any time. So now the tension is ramped up when you're in her bedroom. Then the scenes where they're just in the house, you're waiting for like the next time that something's going to happen that's going to prompt them to go upstairs. So the tension is still there, even in those scenes where like Kinderman, the detective, is talking with Chris and they're just having a conversation. It's still like, fuck, like it could happen at any time. Like that scream takes place and they're going to run up there. And so you're constantly on edge waiting for that again. The tension, the only time the movie lets you breathe are like the couple of scenes where they're outside, like when Chris goes to visit Father Karras and they're walking down the street
with her shiner.
Walk and talk, and like the walk and talk that the detective and Karras have, you know, at the campus. Like those are like the only times that when I was watching this, vividly remembering like, okay, like
right, there's
it's safe right now.
You're right,
because we're outside, we're not in that
exactly
house.
In the house,
scarier
like,
than
outside
fuck.
the house. Yeah, it's like
even gosh. So is this the most serious horror movie ever made? Like, there's no camp, there's no comedy,
zero camp. I mean, there's a tiny bit of comedy with the back and forth between the detective and Karras, and I mean, there's a little bit of just like, but those are just natural. It's not like, you know, nobody's trying to tell a joke, set up punchline, anything like that. That's just normal. What am I looking for? You know, just normal banter. Yeah, banter. Exactly. Yeah. You mentioned this at the beginning. I'm also a little worried that there are people that are scholars in this movie that are going to listen to this and be like, these fools didn't deserve to touch it, but we're going to do our best. And like I said, I have done some deep dives into some of this stuff, so I'm going to try my best. And I know Charlie did his homework on this one as well.
A little bit. Just scotch.
And it is important to note that this movie is called The Exorcist, not The Exorcism. I'm not saying people confuse it, but like it sets the tone on who the characters are, right? This is about Marin, right?
Yeah.
And then subsequently another Exorcist too.
Yeah.
But
which I think when Atticus joins us later, we should ask him, like, who's this movie about? And he's going to say Reagan, which is not the answer. It's about Marin.
It's not wrong, but it's not the answer we're looking for. You could have an argument for Marin, Karras, or Reagan.
Pazuzu,
for sure. Pazuzu. Yeah, Pazuzu. Shout out to old P.
Yeah. Charlie, do you think this is the most serious horror movie you've ever seen?
I don't know if I could put that label on it, but it's serious. Like, I do like comedy horror, but yeah, there's.
Oh, I mean, I love trash and slop and comedy horror. I love it, but this feels
not trying to get a laugh anywhere in this movie.
Yeah, this feels like, you know, movies like Insidious that also deal with like a possessed child, right? Like once the father goes into what's it called, the further.
Yeah.
Like once he goes in there, now it's like, okay, this is Hollywood.
Right.
This movie is like, this shit really could have happened if you believe in it. Like that's what they wanted you to think. Like this was really happening. It was almost like a documentary style, not like a sit down.
No, you're not wrong.
Like put on a mic, like do an interview documentary, but like shot in that style, right?
They
wanted you to believe this was like a real thing.
One, it was written very grounded with its writing.
Yeah.
Nothing, well, there are some spectacular things, but like nothing Hollywood written in there. And then using Billy Friedkin or William Friedkin to direct this French Connection. He is a serious, grounded director, right? This was shot in that way you were describing, almost
a serious, ridiculous director.
Right. No, let's start with serious, and then we'll add. Yeah, he had some hostile moments on set,
questionable moments. Yeah, in the name of art, I guess. Right. Yeah. Does it hold up 53 years later now? This movie came out in 1973. Still hold up on rewatch?
Yep. I was watching it today with Olivia.
Really? Okay.
And there were several parts where she was like, oh my God.
Was it the part where she's taking the crucifix?
Actually, it was.
Yeah. I mean, that gets me every time. I'm like, oh, stop it. Catch her. Stop it. But what was your question again? It was, does it hold up?
Does it still hold up?
It holds up better. Like, well, okay. So you can see through, like, does the makeup and everything hold up? No. Right. Do some of the effects hold up to what's being produced now in the similar documentary style things? No. But it doesn't matter. Does the tone, does the acting, does the score, does everything hold up to make this better? I think it holds up as a great movie for sure. But yeah, we've advanced quite a bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, not only is this a great horror movie, it's just a great movie in general.
Oh, yeah.
It falls in that bucket. And I think people
can't blame it that it came out.
I feel like, I mean, maybe Atticus, I'm not sure what his opinion is on this. We'll find it out later if he joins us. But I feel like young people, like you mentioned these days, they're watching movies with their friends. They're going to joke, they're going to talk through, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to look at this and be like, okay, like that wasn't scary. Like, Terrifier is way worse than this or way better than this. Like two different things, completely different things. It's scary still.
Yeah.
I mean, even knowing what's coming, it's like, it's still scary to think about. The acting really brings it to life. It's just a masterpiece. And it definitely holds up. The score, makeup, all of it holds up so much later.
What was the movie we had? I can't remember what episode it was, but Atticus was talking about he and a friend were watching it and they started by joking and then they stopped joking.
Oh, what was that one?
I can't remember.
We'll have to ask
Hereditary?
It might have.
I think it was Hereditary. Yeah. That they were like, oh shit, this is for real.
Too soon.
Dude, yeah. Hereditary is a modern, not a take on Exorcist, but like a modern version of like horror or not, this is a good fucking movie.
Right.
Like, yeah. Very, very serious. Not much comedy in Hereditary at all. Let's go back in time a little bit. The Exorcist novel was written by William Peter Blatty, who wrote the screenplay and was a producer here on the film. He was a student at Georgetown when he heard the story of a 14-year-old Maryland boy who had been possessed. A number of exorcisms were performed. People say they witnessed it. They saw a lot of the things that we saw in the novel and in this film, where the bed was shaking, furniture was moving across the room, stuff like that.
Scratches appeared on their skin, forming words.
Before I spoil what happened, this boy also moved to St. Louis, and some of the stuff was seen here as well. Do you have any takes on the claims of this boy and the exorcisms performed? The stories? You got anything you want to add?
I've lived in the, St. Louis area for 30-something years now, so it has been well known that this is based on events that happened at SLU Hospital, right? St. Louis University Hospital. Allegedly, for a long time, there was a wing that was shut down, so nobody even went down that wing. That's how, much voodoo, hoodoo stuff they had on that one. But other than that, I don't know the particulars. I know that, like you mentioned, similar things happened in the movie, so they didn't try to sensationalize it too much, allegedly. But, scratches forming the words hell and evil, flying objects, violent thrashing, things like that were actually witnessed. So,
Okay. So I got a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Okay. So Maryland, there's a supposed exorcism that they had to call off because a kid pulled a bed spring out and cut somebody with it. So that's what stopped that exorcism. Then his mom says that Louis was one of those words that came through on his skin. And she, being from St. Louis, thought we need to take him home to St. Louis, where they do have a big Jesuit branch.
Correct. Yeah. St. Louis,
or whatever you call
University is a Jesuit college. Yeah.
So they brought him to St. Louis, and over months they did, like exorcisms, and eventually the kid said that an entity was gone.
Yeah.
So there was a 1993 book called "Possessed: The True Story of an Exorcism," which went through and tried to find these, like factual records of the whatever happened to him. He did not live where they said that they lived. They lived in a different part of Maryland.
Cottage City.
Yep. Cottage City.
They talked to people that lived in the area where he used to live, and they said he was basically a jackass who did pranks and shit and throw tantrums when he didn't get his way.
Yeah.
All right. So unless this kid was possessed all of his life,
you never know. Starts gentle.
And then the claims of the exorcism that happened in Maryland, they couldn't verify that he was ever checked into the hospital, that a priest ever did an exorcism, that was then injured by getting slashed with a bed spring. So they're thinking most of that is just made up. They don't know what got him to St. Louis, but they did come to St. Louis. They did go through all of that stuff. And he was caught a couple times scratching words into his own skin.
What a son. Thanks a lot.
So, I mean,
I don't believe
what you want to believe.
I believe
my
my version.
There's another side to this original story.
Sure. And like anything, like inspired by or based on does not mean that somebody was there and witnessing it the whole time. They are retelling accounts and fictionalizing it some. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
So this boy ended up growing up to work for NASA as an engineer.
Really?
I wonder how he passed that background check, but I guess
he weren't you the Exorcist boy?
But yeah, all of the claims were pretty much later disproven, and I think shortly before his passing in 2021, the guy, I can't remember his last name, but he went by Ronald Doe
Mannheim,
and is that his Ronald?
That's Ronald Mannheim, Robbie Mannheim,
Robbie Mannheim, Ronald Doe
was another
two pseudonyms. Right, yeah. But shortly before his passing around 2021, at like 81 years old, he was basically like, "Yeah, I was just a bad kid. There was no exorcisms. Like there was none of that shit going on. I was just a bad kid."
That's what Pazuzu made him say.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. If Pazuzu was in me, I would have said that too.
Yeah. No, man. I don't want him to come back.
So Blatty then had to, based on all this stuff that he was hearing while he was at Georgetown, he had the idea for this book. He brought the idea to some publishers at a party. They gave him a $20,000 advance to write it. So he quit his job, which I think he worked for the CIA as well at this time.
NASA and the CIA, these are connected.
I know,
people
right? No shit. And then he quit his job, and 25 grand or 20 grand adjusted for inflation in like the late 60s is about $250,000 today.
That's a big advance.
Yeah. And you haven't even written it yet? It? You ain't wrote nothing yet?
Right, wrote.
Yeah. You guys got any ideas for a book? We can just scrap this podcast.
I think so.
Make a quick quarter.
Think about it. Okay. So I also heard like he
read anymore,
said that something about like, Rosemary's Baby. I want to write this book, but I'm going to do it based on this information that I have. And it's not going to be nothing ever happens in the book or in the movie type of book movie. And he wrote it in 70, or it was published in 71. And then it was a film in 73. That is the fastest book to theater I've ever heard of.
Late 73. Yeah. But
sold
still
13 million copies worldwide. Yeah. Started off slow. But some chain of events led him to showing up on the Dick Cavett show in 1971 when somebody was canceled. So they let him speak for roughly 45 minutes to talk about this book, which led to, crazy reviews. He was at 57 consecutive weeks.
It went to a bestseller,
Number one spot for 17 straight. So, I mean,
so this movie had the
momentum.
The lore is that, it didn't get a lot of advertisement and, whatever. And it was like the first batch of people that saw it were horrified, and people ran out of the theater, and which may have happened.
Probably.
And that was what got people in.
Yeah,
The
it had a
opening
huge
weekend,
opening
it made almost $9 million. People
Which
knew
is
this
huge.
movie was coming. It just piled on and got bigger
Yeah.
when they heard, people fainting, running out of the theater.
So I'm guessing it looks like Bantam Books had to. Back then, I guess they bought paperback rights separately from hardback rights because Bantam Books purchased the paperback rights for a record-breaking sum at the time to get enough out there for the movie push kind of thing, and they were just selling them. It was that Jurassic Park of the time, or it was the Psycho of the time, right? It was like, this is the book that everybody's Jaws, for example.
And
Jaws
he died on my
yeah.
birthday in 2017.
Oh, you killed him?
Damn.
That's alleged.
Jesus. Justin, you're a reader. Have you read The Exorcist?
I have not read it, but
I feel like I kind of want to. I'm not a reader, but I want to read. I'd want to.
Yeah, I mean, I've lately,
because I like the movie so much.
The older I get, it's all audiobooks. It's all audiobooks. So my wife says I'm not reading.
You're not.
I'm like,
You're listening
stop
to
it.
a narrative podcast.
I'm still
basically.
listening to the words. I'm
It's
learning new words.
It's like narrative podcast. That's all.
Stop it. You're not doing it. Anyway.
Actually, I've only done like an audiobook once. It was with Mary Marie on a road trip out here. We listened to an audiobook.
Was it the one I recommended about the detectives?
I don't even remember what it was at this point. I do remember at one point, like there was a scene where like someone pulls into the gas station and then they're like, I don't know, like 20 minutes of the audiobook goes by where they're describing every little thing about the weather and what they're wearing and someone they pass by in an aisle and
probably
looking over the
20 minutes.
candy and the cigarettes.
Probably just felt like 20 minutes.
Someone else walks in as they're walking out. And
Was
I'm
it
like,
a Stephen King?
I'm like 20. I think it was. Yeah. But it was like 20 minutes went by. I'm like, all the guy did was go into the gas station and buy a pack of smokes and come back out. And it was like, God, can we hurry this up? Because I'm used to movies.
Right now we're doing all the Dungeon
Anyway.
Crawler Carls right now. Audiobook. Those are good.
So Warner Brothers wanted to adapt this book and keep Blatty on as the writer and producer. They kept a lot of the dialogue the same for the film. There's a lot of eerie things that went on this set. We have, this is known as like a cursed movie. A night watchman was shot and killed by police by accident. The set caught on fire one morning, shut down for shooting for 6 weeks, except for Reagan's room. Everything else was burnt to the ground. Max von Sydow's brother passed away while this was going on. Linda Blair's grandfather passed away during filming. A cameraman's wife had a miscarriage. Jack McGowan, who played Burke Dennings, died just as shooting wrapped up. Vasiliki Mileros, who played Karis's mother, she died during filming. She was 89 years old. I don't know. I mean, 89 is a good long time.
I think I saw 9 people related to the film died.
I'll let you finish before I jump in.
No, that's okay. Jason Miller's son, who was 5 at the time, was hit by a motorcycle and was in critical condition for 10 days.
Jason Patrick?
I don't know if he has more than one son, but Jason Patrick is one of his sons. His grandfather on his mother's side is Jackie Gleason. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Jason Patrick dated Julia Roberts and ruined Julia Roberts and Kiefer Sutherland's wedding. Or maybe Julia Roberts ruined that. I don't know.
Kiefer Sutherland.
She basically called the wedding off, and like 2 days later, like she was dating Jason Patrick. So interesting how that works. One of the carpenters building the sets lost a thumb. Another lost a toe.
Did he find
in
it?
various accidents. So this was a very much a cursed set, according to legend, if you believe in curses and those sort of things.
I think it's one of those look back to create what you want to see.
Yeah.
The movie industry,
Sure.
movie
I mean,
industry
at the
is
end of the day.
huge and notoriously dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, shit like that happens all the time. People are old, they die, and blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
And
Spoiler
carpenters loose fingers all the time. I lost part of a finger in a woodworking accident myself. I'm not even a semi-professional carpenter.
That's why.
There you go.
Perhaps you wouldn't have.
I mean, this movie, I think when I looked into the lore and a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, I think there's a lot of fishing stories, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like they said they refrigerated the set to get so you could see their breath in Reagan's room. And I feel like they like right now.
they did.
Yeah, they said they refrigerated it to like negative 30 degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was probably like, it was probably like 10 degrees.
I
and
heard
then somebody
20.
was probably like, it was like 0. It was,
Yeah,
and then somebody was like, yeah, one day it got down to like minus 10. And now like we're 50 years later, people are like, it was negative 30 degrees.
I'm
Like,
seeing negative 20 in my research.
I read
but,
negative 40. It's like, who the fuck?
Geez,
like if Linda Blair has kids, they're going to be like 20 years from now out being like, my mother was on set and it was -50 in there.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
Right. If
come
it
on.
were
it's a lot of fishing stories, I think.
Yeah.
When you listen to some of these things about the
super
lore.
effective though. So basically they built the
Yeah.
set in almost like a walk-in freezer, right? Kind of thing. So that's awesome, right? And that's movie making, right? Now it would all be digitally input, the breath and everything, and it'd be like,
Yeah.
So 1973, pretty culturally significant time period. You got the Vietnam War going on. Americans are pissed. Americans are scared. This movie comes out the day after Christmas. The content was well known because the book was well known. YouTube, there's a trailer out there that it says that the trailer was banned. I don't think I found supporting evidence of that, but there's a trailer you can watch on YouTube that is absolutely spectacular. Gives nothing away. It's very trippy. And you basically get Pazuzu's face in black and white flashing a lot, spliced in with Reagan's face, spliced in with Karras talking to Reagan for like, it's almost very strobe like. I almost couldn't watch part of it, most of it, but I had to watch it kind of through one eye and like close my eyes and look back. And if you are sensitive to flashing lights, maybe don't look this trailer up. But incredibly acid trippy in black and white, very unsettling. One of the best trailers probably ever because it doesn't give anything away.
Good,
and it's incredibly unsettling.
It's my favorite kind.
Yeah. Jaws was maybe the first summer blockbuster. That's 2 years after this. This is probably the first actual blockbuster where people lined up around corners, down streets.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Like where people were lining up to see something, like I think this was the first one. There were so many people lining up because they were protesting the film that made even more people want to see it. There's stories that Warner Brothers bribed the MPAA to get an R rating here, because the head of the MPAA was soon to retire and was like, sure, I think a lot of people should see this, and said, fuck it. Even though there's a 12-year-old fucking herself with a crucifix, which in every other world would get an X rating in 1973.
Right. I thought that's illegal to even say.
It felt a little weird coming out of my mouth.
I winced.
I'm just trying to be a professional, guys. It's just what happened, okay? But yeah, I mean, we think it's kind of cheesy when we see like a movie trailer or a TV spot where part of the marketing is like people in night vision having jump scares because, oh, this is the scariest thing you've ever seen. Like this is legit people throwing up, people having panic attacks, people fainting because of what they saw. Some theaters had a paramedic posted up in the lobby around the clock just waiting because someone was going to come out of here. Need to be taken in. Truly a one of a kind experience, I think. Any thoughts on any of that? On the
no, not the 73 field.
Yeah,
no, I can't.
Well, I think the time frame, the times, in 1973, like just back up 5 years and look at the horror movies that were coming out. It doesn't even compare. Like this is the beginning of the modern.
It's like the first modern horror movie. Yeah.
Like everything after that, 1973, 53 years.
I wouldn't even call Psycho a modern horror movie. It's very much like Psycho. The birds are still very much like
very much almost noir.
Era,
right?
Don't even get me started on Rosemary's Baby.
Stop.
But yeah, this and then everything after this.
This influenced so much.
I mean, just is the prodigy of The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Here's what we can get away with now. Here you go, guys.
One of the fun things of that time period is that this movie is credited with bringing blaxploitation movies kind of to an end. In the LA area, apparently the only place you could go see The Exorcist when it came out was in Beverly Hills, which is not where black people lived in the 70s. And tons of black people flocked to Beverly Hills to go see this movie. And dumbass white people in their ivory towers, white movie producers were like, gosh, I guess we can just make movies that they like too, or they'll like movies if they're good. We don't have to cater and make movies for the black people, that they appreciate good movies no matter who's in it. Like, gosh, who would have fucking thought?
Yeah.
Like, so they realized they had to like put this movie in theaters in their neighborhoods too. And they, another reason why it did so much money, but they kind of credit this with bringing blaxploitation kind of to an end, that they didn't, they could make movies that black people also just like really good movies, no matter who the fuck's in them.
You got to drink every time he says black people.
Oh my God. There's no black people in The Exorcist, which is unfortunate. So that hasn't aged well. But yeah. All right. Let's talk about the director in here. This is William Friedkin. Man, it was a different time back then. You know, you could just physically abuse your cast members to get the best performance out of them. Nobody would blink an eye. Shooting guns off beside their ears just to get a reaction out of them. Like crazy shit.
Slapping people.
Yeah, that priest at the end, he wasn't getting the emotion right of seeing Father Karras, so they just freaking slapped him in the face. And that got it.
Yeah.
He looks sad.
I did watch some time ago a documentary on the making of this, and with that scene, which Father Dyer, who plays him, William O'Malley, I think plays him, is an actual reverend.
Oh,
and William Friedkin, like after 15 takes, still didn't like it and was like, "Do you trust me?" Like, and O'Malley's like, "Yeah, I trust you." Like, even asked him twice, like, "Are you sure you trust me?" And O'Malley's like, "Yeah." And that's when he like smacks the shit out of him and is like, "Action." So at least he didn't warn him, but he was like, "Hey, trust me on this." He didn't surprise him with a hit. He kind of was like, "Do you trust me?"
That's why you always have to say, "Go on."
Right. Trust you with what? Not like, sure, because you don't know what's coming next.
Right.
But he's coming off The French Connection in 1971. I mean, Billy bent the rules, didn't like following the rules. I mean, French Connection, he couldn't secure permits for a lot of the car chase stuff. So there's parts where they just did the car chases in real time on real streets with real people and real cars around. And when accidents happen that they cause, they're just like, oh, fucking well. Like, holy shit. Like, that shit would not fly today. He wasn't the studio's first pick. They actually passed on him. And then when the French Connection became such a huge hit, they came back to him to do this. And he, of course, signed on with a lot of writers, I guess. So we talked about William Peter Blatty. Any thoughts on Billy Friedkin? Any of the work he's done after that? Sorcerer. Killer Joe was one of the last things he did. What else? Cruising. You seen Cruising?
12 Angry Men in 97.
No, that's not the remake movie.
Bug. Yeah, a lot of stuff is like it's unsettling, but it doesn't turn out to be a great movie, right? So like Bug was unsettling, and I hear Killer Joe also similar. It was like people aren't talking about it years later. Rules of Engagement felt. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to
he's got hits and misses. He's got some big swings. I guess he's the kind of like he takes big swings and they don't always land.
Oh, Blue Chips.
Blue Chips. Yeah, Blue Chips is good.
That's one of the first ones I watched in the theater by myself.
Not scary at all. Not at all.
Well, nowadays it's absurd because now you can pay players, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it hasn't aged well at all, but in that regard. But Cruising is really fucking good. With Al Pacino.
Isn't that about like a homosexual murder or something? And
there's a serial killer targeting.
Oh, he's targeting that. Okay.
There's a serial killer targeting gay men, and so Al Pacino, as a detective, goes undercover into the gay bars and the S&M lifestyle to try to find this serial killer. Yeah, it's really good. It's a good one.
Okay.
Let's talk about the cast. Some of them here. Ellen Burstyn plays Chris McNeil.
Don't you mean Burstyn?
No. Ellen Burstyn. Chris McNeil. This role was offered to a number of people. One of them was Jane Fonda, who wrote back, "Who would want anything to do with this capitalist rip-off bullshit? Ironic, given who that she married later."
Ted Turner?
Yeah. Ted Turner. One of the epitomes of capitalism and probably bullshit. Later, Fonda apparently met Blatty well after this came out and said that, hey, you know, that rumor isn't true. I turned it down because I don't believe in magic.
Stop it.
Is what she said.
Unfortunately, Jane Fonda has had a lot of revisionist history with some of her stories and stuff, but you know, that's for a different podcast to talk about.
Audrey Hepburn was, I think, the first choice.
Oh my gosh.
But they would only she only would shoot in Rome. She lived in Rome at the time. She's like, if you shoot it here, I'll do it. And they weren't going to do that.
Nah, pass.
She's good. She's good. But like Ellen Burstyn was great. Was fantastic in this.
Yeah. Anne Bancroft was another candidate. She was on board and then found out she was a month or two pregnant, so she backed out.
Good, because that injury that Ellen Burstyn got could have hurt that baby.
Mm-hmm. Shirley MacLaine was a close friend of William Peter Blatty, and he used her and her daughter as inspiration for Chris and Reagan when he wrote the book. McNeil, MacLaine, little nod there.
Okay.
She was approached about being Chris McNeil, and she said no. Maybe she was a little creeped out that her friend wrote a book using them as inspiration about, daughter being possessed by Pazuzu and the shit that she was saying and, forcing her mother to lick her crotch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It comes up with a face full of blood. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Maybe creeped out Shirley MacLaine a little bit. I don't know. Like, what if somebody was like, Charlie, I wrote this book. You inspired it. And it's like just the most gross, horrific shit. Like, gosh.
Damn, I'm a piece of shit.
Gee, thanks,
Don't worry,
Justin.
change his name to Farley. We'll never know.
Farley.
Thanks, Justin, for writing that about me. Yeah. I think
now I'm not going to show you my manuscript.
Yeah, Ellen Burstyn was great in this. Great choice.
Yeah.
Went on to do a lot of impressive things. Requiem for a Dream, absolutely incredible.
Unforgettable role, for sure. Yeah,
for sure. Any other thoughts on Ellen Burstyn?
No, just fantastic.
Cool.
Nope.
Linda Blair, she returned for part 2, Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Really weird life for her after The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
Death threats from people who actually thought she warp-shipped Satan. Warner Brothers had to put bodyguards around her for 6 months after the movie came out. So that's kind of startling.
Yeah.
She then started dating Rick Springfield of Jesse's Girl fame when she was only 15 years old.
Yeah.
That's gross.
He was 25.
He was 25.
Did he write the song Pazuzu's Girl? That's what he was.
I wish that I had Jesse's Girl. Was Jesse's Girl 15? Is that why you wish you had him?
Right.
Gross. God, disgusting. Yeah. She dated a lot of music stars, like the bass player from Deep Purple, and I think like the lead guitarist from Styx or something. I don't recall the names, but the most famous one she dated was Rick James. She dated him for like 2 or 3 years, actually.
Cold-blooded.
And, I think Cold-Blooded was written about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she got caught up in like a cocaine trafficking ring, tale as old as time with some of these child stars.
Did you see what caused him to break up with her?
No.
She got pregnant by him and had an abortion behind his back. And then he found out about it and kind of broke him up.
Her body, her choice.
Yeah. Well.
Hot take. No, I'm joking.
Whoa.
Kidding. I'm kidding. She just recently, a couple of years ago, looks like her dog facility was raided. And there were like 250 dogs.
Oh, she's a big animal advocate.
Proper license, and
she's a big animal advocate. I think is her big thing right now.
Nothing bad happened after that. I don't think.
Nothing bad.
Yeah,
nothing came of that.
Yeah, but her mother brought her in for the audition for this. Like her agency was, I guess, passed on her. Was like, no, you don't want to do this. And like her mother brought her into audition, and they had asked a ton of people. They'd auditioned a ton of people, couldn't find the right person. Got to the point where Friedkin was going to start interviewing dwarf small people actors to play this role of a small
to
girl.
Help to get around some of the ethical things of working with a child.
Yeah, because they just could not find like a child to play it, or someone willing to do it, or a parent willing to sign off on it. And her mom brought her in and was like, yeah, she can do it. And like she read the lines.
She's not doing anything.
And they asked, I think there's a story that I think Blatty or Friedkin like asked her mom, like, do you know what masturbating is? And she's like, yeah, don't you do it? Pretty cool mom, I guess.
Never heard of it. I don't know. So they did use 2 actresses for it. They did use Linda Blair, and then other scenes that were a little more adult or a little more physical. They brought in a
Mercedes McCambridge.
She's the voice, yeah, for sure. And then
Eileen Dietz is the face of Pazuzu that we see.
Yeah.
And I think Mercedes McCambridge, she's the voice of Pazuzu. Linda Blair said all the nasty shit the demon says, so that the voice matches up with the dubbing.
Right.
So there's some YouTube videos out there where you can see her saying like "nice day for an exorcism," like and all the other gross shit. which is kind of startling.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, so that's out there if you want to see it. But it came out right before the Oscars, where Blair was nominated for a supporting actress nomination for a supporting actress for an Oscar. That McCambridge did all the demon voice stuff, and it basically like X-nayed her chances of winning because she wasn't the only person.
That's bullshit.
Playing it.
Yeah,
bullshit.
McCambridge, she's well established, having won supporting actress Oscar for All the King's Men in 1949. Charlie, you saw that one in the theater
when it came out. Yeah,
first in line.
When I was on leave from the army. See, 23 Skidoo.
Yeah. Another fun story about McCambridge. She was a recovering alcoholic for a number of years. She went to AA. She was sober, but she felt she could get the desired voice of the demon by chain smoking and binge drinking Jack Daniels. And Friedkin's like, cool, whatever you got to do.
Drinking raw eggs, and she actually strapped herself into a chair to like make some of the voices, right?
Yeah, she strapped, and she volunteered for that to like get strapped into a chair to be like the demon, struggling to get out. And the
strain in the voice. So Linda,
she definitely put herself out there. But it's like, man, you got somebody that's a recovering alcoholic, and they're like, I need whiskey to get through this, and Friedkin's like, here, how much do you need? Like, not helpful, sir.
Swell guy.
A couple drops of turpentine in there too. She reprised the role in Exorcist 2 and Exorcist Believer, and then in the spoof movie Repossessed.
Yeah,
that wasn't
Linda Blair,
obviously Reagan, but it was a character based on The Exorcist, right? Mm-hmm. Which was hilarious. Repossessed was hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I saw a trailer for it.
Leslie Nielsen.
When I saw
awesome.
Mary Marie and I saw Exorcist Believer at Alamo Drafthouse, and if you go to Alamo Drafthouse to see a movie, they don't show you I guess your regular trailers that you see. They'll show you trailers of stuff that are related to the movie you're going to see.
That's fun.
So they showed like Exorcist 2, Exorcist 3, Repossessed, like some other. I think Abby was like a black version of The Exorcist that came out right after this in like 74, and like a couple other ones that came out shortly after that. Like once this came out, there was like an Asian version. There was everybody was ripping this off like right away. So they show like some of those trailers. Since you were going to see Exorcist Believer, they were like, well, here's the other Exorcist stuff like related to it, and they showed trailers for that. That's pretty cool.
And like we talked about
and the
porn parody names. Porn parody. This is like queued up for a porn parody name. It's just add S to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Yep. Anyway, so Jason Miller plays Father Karras. Not even an actor. He was a playwright on Broadway.
Crazy.
His play, That Championship Season, won a Pulitzer Prize in 1972. Friedkin saw it, loved it. He sent him the script. There was a lot of big name actors that they passed on because Friedkin had a reasons for passing on a lot of these people. Said they wanted like a smaller name to play this part. So Jason Miller, not being an actor, but really liking what he did with That Championship Season, they mailed it to him, and basically he was like, this is me. Like Jason Miller was literally a priest struggling with his faith. He spent 3 years at a Jesuit college before getting into being a playwright and stuff like that. So he was like, this part is me. Like this is me. I got to play this. And some of the other actors they passed on, like Gene Hackman was asked about it. Of
course.
French Connection with Friedkin just 2 years before. He also plays a lapsed Catholic or a struggling priest struggling with faith in the Poseidon Adventure. So maybe too on the nose. I'm not sure.
And like you said, too well known, right?
Yeah.
Even though this is early in Gene Hackman's career, but still, it's too well known, right? Yeah. You want somebody coming in and making their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Studio wanted Jack Nicholson for either Karras or Marin, and Friedkin said that he's too unholy to play a priest. The studio then wanted Marlon Brando, who Friedkin said this would turn this into a Marlon Brando movie, and not not his movie basically, but it'd be a Marlon Brando film. And he wanted smaller stars for all these parts.
They should have, like, Gene Hackman could have been a fun, like, detective or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
Kinderman's part.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He could have played the detective.
Or same with Marlon Brando, where it's like, oh, holy shit, that's Marlon Brando. Yeah. But it's still like.
Were those guys doing like bit parts in those days? Like, I don't think that was a thing. Like, you were an A-lister, you were doing the thing. Yeah. Nowadays, you'll see like, Bradley Cooper will show up for like 5 minutes and something. You're like, holy shit, it's Bradley Cooper.
It'll be a raccoon voice.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're not getting like Jack Nicholson to do like 5 minutes and some bullshit now or then, you know. Anyway, then we got Max von Sydow, Father Marin. He was only 44 at the time of filming. Looked like about 88.
He was playing 70 is what it said. Whatever.
Yeah. Great makeup for this film legend. He's in
couple hours
a lot
a
of
day.
Ingmar Bergman stuff, which is a really, really old name, kids.
Yeah.
The Seventh Seal. He played Jesus in The Greatest Story Ever Told. Yeah. He was a big name.
Judge Dredd, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in Minority Report? Love him in Minority Report. 3 Days of Condor. He's a great like assassin in that one.
Strange Brew.
One of the
Shutter
bullshit
Island.
things I like, you read some like behind the scenes stuff or some quotes from people, and like von Sydow said that he struggled to find parts after this because everyone thought he was like 75 and so like, oh, this part's not for you.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen
I'm
him.
like, dude, your IMDb looks, you're doing pretty good. I don't think you were passed up for anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he was Dune. He was in Dune.
yeah.
Dr. Kynes. I can't remember who Dr. Kynes is. Anyway, a doctor.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? We can talk more about the cast as we go through. That's
you hit
the big
everybody
names.
important except for the detective, but like,
Yeah. I don't.
nothing we need to go into on him. Yeah.
This movie was made on a $12 million budget. They went over budget because of the fire.
Costs a lot to refrigerate that.
Yeah, they went well over budget, 2 months longer than they were supposed to. So that upped the budget from what it was supposed to be. This movie grossed around $440 million.
Is that adjusted or is that
not adjusted?
That's not adjusted. That's
Holy
not
shit.
adjusted. This and that's, I think, includes maybe the 2000 re-release with the extra.
I think it does.
minutes in it. But the $8.71 million opening weekend adjusted is about $61.4 million today. In comparison, Backrooms opened to $81 million. Obsession opened to $17 million on their opening weekends. But this is a movie that half the people out there were like, you can't see this.
What'd you open
Or
it
like-
up?
like
What'd you
you
say
could-
it opened to? 9?
Opened to 8.7 million its opening weekend, which for adjusted for inflation is about 61 million opening weekend. So like Backrooms,
No Spider-Man
like
brand new
if you have like a 13-year-old, right? And you know, you're showing them, they're into YouTube and they know who Kane Parsons is and Backrooms is from YouTube, probably by 13 or 14. And you're a parent, you're probably like, yeah, you can go see Backrooms. If you read the book The Exorcist and your 13-year-old's like, I want to go see that, you're going to be like, no, you can't.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
In
You're not ready.
1973, you're not going to see that. Like, no. So this is a huge opening weekend for a movie that half the people are like, I can't go see that, or I'm not allowed to go see that, or people are telling me not to go see that.
Right.
While other people are like, you're telling me not to see it? Well, I'm going to go now. So
we
push and shove.
touched on it a little bit, but things have changed a little bit since then. You know, we're a little more desensitized to stuff. Would you agree, Charlie, on some of the stuff that's coming out in PG-13s or sometimes what used to be R's? This is a hard R for real. This one's a hard R.
This is an X,
but like
got an R.
Yeah.
There's no cuts. They didn't make them cut a thing. There's stuff that when we've done these movies, there's things that we've talked about where they're like, oh, we had to take out this, that, and the other, or like he gets stabbed 30 times, so they had to cut 15 stabs out. This is like no cuts. They did not have to cut a damn thing, including the crucifix scene, and yeah, they got away with it. They got lucky. This would have been an X. Like Midnight Cowboy came out the year before this and got an X rating just because it has some like gay stuff in it. Like there's nothing in Midnight Cowboy that's worse than Exorcist at all.
Right.
Not
I may have wasted
and
some
it won
time
Best
watching
Picture.
Midnight Cowboy.
It won Best Picture.
I was like, sweet, I'm going to watch this Midnight Cowboy. And I found it. And it was not a good use of my time. Anyway, so.
Best Picture?
I mean, it was fine, but like, that's not what I was looking for at the age I found the video.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
This movie, adjusted for inflation, has made 1.3 billion domestic and nearly 2 billion worldwide. If you adjust for inflation, it's still the highest grossing R-rated movie. I think unadjusted, it is up there like $700 million for highest grossing R-rated movie.
Right.
700, 800 million or something like that.
I think there's other things that my point I was going to make was like, so I have two 16-year-olds and, you know, you've got youngins too.
Yep.
But like they had somehow seen Terrifier at like 14 or, you know, whatever. So like in my mind, they've seen that. So I'm like, yeah, go for The Exorcist. Right. But when I'm watching it again, I'm like, oh, there's more stuff that's like troubling. Right. There's like you said, the crucifix scene is is infamous. Like there's no way around. Like that one, every time I see it, I wince away or whatever. So it's like, maybe I made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
But they're good.
No, they're good.
They're not troubled.
I mean, judge your kids individually. If you think they're ready for it, let them have it. If you think they're not, don't.
Right.
know?
Back in the old days, they'd be married with 6 kids by now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're going to die at 30 from dysentery or some shit. The release date was the day after Christmas.
Yay.
How do you like that?
Merry Christmas.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Here comes The Exorcist. So what else was in theaters in December of 1973?
I don't know. You can tell us.
Serpico, starring Al Pacino. Incredible film. Incredible Pacino performance. The Last Detail, starring Jack Nicholson. Papillon, starring Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman. The Sting came out on Christmas Day. Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Magnum Force came out on Christmas Day with Clint Eastwood. And The Wicker Man also came out this month. Pacino, Nicholson, McQueen, Hoffman, Newman, Redford, Eastwood. Like, that is incredible to have all that in 1 month.
That's big. No, that's huge.
That is like if like DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Daniel Day-Lewis, Tom Cruise, and Tom Hanks all had a movie come out.
Denzel Washington.
And Denzel Washington and Ryan Gosling had a movie. All had movies coming out in 1 month. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, if you got all that to line up for like a year, that'd be like, wow, what an incredible year for movies. To have all those in 1 month is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Insane in the membrane.
The only guy missing is probably like De Niro, like, who was breaking out with Mean Streets was 73.
Yeah,
Godfather 2 is 74.
Later, yeah.
Taxi Driver 76. He's like the only guy
I don't know
missing
if
in
he's
that
at
group.
this level yet.
Yeah,
right.
not quite. But yeah. But just incredible that all those movies are, all those actors just in a movie at the same fucking time you can go see. Like, for like what, $3?
The good old days.
Which was a movie.
Maybe a Nickelodeon.
The Exorcist was nominated for 10 Oscars. It won 2, one for Best Screenplay and Best Sound. I cannot disagree with either of those. Metacritic score, 83. That's high. That's high for Metacritic. Good. A few brought it down with some 40s and 50 scores. One of the reviews that got a 40, all they said was 11 minutes longer and 11 minutes worse based on the re-release version of it.
Okay.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
So that wasn't
You're bringing nothing to the table.
I don't know if they should count those.
Yeah,
like those posts, like, It
came from the Washington Post. And I looked up, I can't remember the guy's name. I looked up his other stuff, because when you get something like that, I'm like, what else are you doing? And he gave like a ton of 100 reviews to some really good movies. So I'm like, okay, he's not one of those guys that just shits on everything. Like, there's one dude, one of the Chicago guys, like literally shit on like Jaws, shits on The Thing, like shits on everything. And I'm like, okay, you're not legitimate at that point.
Rage baiter.
Yeah, basically, before that was even a thing. Variety, tough critic, gave it 100 review.
Holy shit.
The climactic sequence assaults the senses and intellect with pure cinematic terror. Couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't. That's why they did. I'm like, they're pretty much right.
He keeps trying.
You read my mind with that. I can't say it.
We say things
I'm not
like,
smart enough to say some of those words. Assaults the senses and intellect with pure cinematic terror. That sounds so good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's why I'm not writing. The tagline: something beyond comprehension is happening to a girl on this street, in this house, and a man has been sent for as one last resort. This man is ... The Exorcist.
Long.
It's long.
It's really long.
It's 1973 though, but it sets it up perfect for what it is. But it is long. One of the other movie posters, because the movie poster is the iconic shot of Marin standing outside the house. But one of the posters that they had that Friedkin was like, no, is a poster of just a hand holding a bloody crucifix. Ooh. And the tagline is "God save this girl."
Okay.
And he said, no, God should not be in the tagline of a movie.
Okay.
He takes
That's
that
where he
high.
draws the line.
That's his moral high ground.
It's like,
I'll break your back to get
I'll
you
slap the
to
shit out
live
of
a certain
somebody.
way.
fire guns next to your head.
I'll put rotten eggs and spoiled meat under the bed so it stinks in here and get everyone sick. But no, we're not going to put God in the tagline.
I'll show a crucifix going where it shouldn't go.
Right.
But keep God out your mouth, man.
All right, guys. Should we jump into the movie
I think if we
itself?
don't, it's going to be a 6-hour episode. And
But this is a big one.
it's a huge
big
one. It is a huge one,
It's a
and
big
it's an
one.
important one.
That's why, I mean,
And I'm hoping that
deep
other
diving.
people find the same. But that's what I'd love to know. Get some feedback from people on like, does it resonate with these people? And so when I think my son's going to come down for the end of it, we'll kind of pick his brain a little bit to see how the 2 watches in 2 days went for him.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. The opening. I mean, I think we'll talk more about this. I don't know if you want to talk about it here or after. Do you want to talk about the Iraq stuff?
I love
Or
the
should we
Iraq
get through
stuff.
the movie and then talk about it?
I say we do it now.
I said
Okay.
we do it live.
All right. So the Iraq sequence opens the movie. Father Marin, we don't know who he is yet, but he finds this trinket. We know he's got a health issue as he's like shaking before he's taking his meds. But we're in northern Iraq, and there's all these archaeological digs going on,
Right.
and someone finds a little trinket, and he goes and inspects it, and it's this little trinket, and we don't know what it is, but it's some kind of evil.
Right. He knows what it is. He knows right away because later we find out that he was involved in a months-long exorcism in Africa, I believe.
Yep, that's what they say. Yeah,
months-long exorcism in Africa. It's the same entity that he fought off. So he is immediately shaken to his core, almost has a heart attack based on how affected he is by this thing. Right.
Right.
So that is just seeing the trinket, the St. Joseph medallion. Did you guys look into St. Joseph?
I did not.
St. Joseph, also known as Joseph, as in Mary's husband.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Was, I guess, the saint of a holy death. Right. So that comes into play later, but it is the exact same medallion that Karras is wearing later. So he finds that paired with Pazuzu, and that tells him that there's something preordained for him to do still, right? There's something that he is destined to do. And he mentions that in a little bit when the guy's like, I wish you didn't have to leave. But he's like, there's something I got to do. He knows that it could. I think in my heart, when I watch this the 5th or 6th time, I'm like, he knows that he may be walking into his end, but this is that important, right? He can't shirk that responsibility, right? That's what I think of this. And I think I'm right because I'm always right, Also, it's important to note that in Iraq, he walks out to the statue, sees the sun hitting the statue. He sees the dogs going apeshit. You'll see throughout the movie that when we are to believe that Pazuzu is around, that he is corrupting some of the people around. Like in the waiting room in the hospital, there's kids that are fighting and looking uneasy. There are dogs that are fighting viciously. And then obviously Burke Dennings and Carl go at it for like no reason. Like it doesn't fit in the movie because it's not in their personalities.
Burke's a drunk.
He is a drunk, but he's a jovial. He's a jovial drunk though. Like
he hates Nazis.
Not in their personality to do, and Carl especially. So
right.
So those are all things that kind of start rearing their head early in this movie, right? So I think the Iraq part is super important. There's an awesome scene, that cinematic scene where it's like the statue, across from him or whatever. I think it sets a great tone. And it's how the book starts too.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who wrote the book wrote the screenplay. So
right.
Whatever. I don't think you could cut it out. You could have him, you could do a flashback to him 2 minutes long.
They do that now.
An exorcism in Africa.
They would do that now for
sure. So that we know he's the exorcist.
Right.
But in the beginning, you don't know.
You don't know.
Because it's just some guy, turns out to be a priest, but it's just some archaeologist dude in northern Iraq digging around finding stuff, and it's long. It's too long. I don't think it really is necessary.
It's one of those things that you appreciate more on later watches than the first watch. And Atticus is the same way. Like my son was like, what's going on here? But like the second, third, fourth time, you're like, okay, this is important. It's setting up this epic battle, right? To me, at least.
Yeah. The first 20 minutes, even after the Iraq stuff, and when we get into into Georgetown and like into meeting Chris and meeting some of these other characters. Like the first 20 minutes they're still following the rules of making movies, like establishing who the major players are very quickly, where like Chris is an actress. Father Karras is watching the movie being filmed. He walks away. We see that he's a priest, and like they follow him. So we know he's
peripheral. To this,
you know, and it's just, even though Friedkin breaks a lot of rules, in the 70s, you're still making movies kind of by a formula where it's like, we have to let everybody know who the major players are and what their motives are kind of right off the top. And this is introducing Marin, and you have to let people know he's got a heart condition that comes into play later in the movie.
Yep.
You know, all this other stuff. He didn't look as old in the Iraq scenes because he's wearing the hat. And then when you see him later and it's just all white hair and big jowls
with the lighting in there too,
it's like, oh wow, he looked like he was maybe like 40 in Iraq, but he looked like 80.
He looked older than 40 in Iraq,
you know.
Well, he was younger than 40
anyway. But yeah, it's important to have. And I think even Blatty and Warner Brothers was like, we don't need this in there. And Friedkin was like, Blatty, like, this is the prologue. This sets up, you know, who Marin is and why he's important. Because if you just bring Marin in out of the blue in the middle of the movie, it's not going to make sense. Like, you have to have it in there. And so Friedkin pushed to have the Iraq scenes and all that stuff. And Warner Brothers was like, if you go over there and you die, like, that's on you. You know, we want no part of it. But so he actually had to take like a British crew to do the Iraq stuff because they did not have diplomatic talks or agreements with America. So he had to take like a British
some
crew
of
to go.
Our really bad times.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a place you still just didn't go for any reason.
Apparently
they asked for
digs like that were pretty common, and those in that time though. I mean, this is the birthplace of civilization, the Mesopotamia area, right? This is where civilization started. So those digs are big and they're expensive, but the Catholic Church is big into sending a lot of the priests apparently double as paleontologists for some reason. I don't know why, but looking for evidence of, you know, God in early years, maybe.
Sure. Apparently the Iraqis asked in return for letting us come and film there was that they show Iraqis how to film and how to make fake blood. Take that for what you will.
You would think that like you and I could figure it out. Like we can figure out some ways.
I would think they'd ask for, I don't know, money,
right?
Shelter.
We need
clean water. I don't know. Just
but it's like when the cavemen needed fire.
Air conditioning.
Give me your secrets of fire. Your secrets of fake blood.
It's 130 degrees there. Can we get some fans, some air conditioning? Like, I don't know.
Just a box fan. Come
maybe
on,
an
guys.
umbrella.
So yeah, after the Iraq sequence, we introduction to Georgetown, the McNeil household. There's some strange sounds going on in the attic. Chris McNeil thinks that they're rats, and we start to establish more like she, you know, is very privileged. She's got a maid, she's got a chef, she's got an assistant, she's got a babysitter. Like all these people at her disposal that live and work in her house.
Trying to rack my brain of a similar status of actress right now. Would we say like a Meryl Streep type, or was that too old for who Chris was playing right at the time? Like a Julia Roberts maybe, where it's like,
I'd say she's probably like mid-30s, 40,
okay.
Not even, maybe not 40.
So maybe like a ScarJo or something.
ScarJo probably,
yeah. Where it's like you're getting these big roles, you're getting the $20 million paychecks.
Yeah, you're renting a house in Georgetown,
right,
with all your assistants and a chef,
right,
with help. Yeah, right. That's the word.
But like
the help.
You know what I like that like they don't hit you over the head with trying to establish that she's the single mother or like independent, but like you see it in the way that she takes matters into her. In one scene, she goes up in the attic, she stubs her toe, and she's like cussing and stuff. She's like real, right? Like, I don't know. I kind of liked her whole portrayal.
Yeah. She's likable,
relatable, not held on a pedestal in any way. Just, you know.
Yeah, she's not throwing her weight around, you know.
Sometimes,
a little
throws
bit
it around with the help.
She's mean to Carl, man. And
well, that's because she's like, we got rats, and Carl's like, there's no rats.
No rats.
He's like, well, there's something up there. You know, he's like, it's clean up there, and she's like, all right, well, we got clean rats.
That's good.
But yeah,
insubordination is what that is. Just go check, Carl. Don't you know? Like,
Carl don't want to go up there.
Carl is going to get a rap on the beak.
Carl lives in a universe where horror movies exist and don't want to go in that attic.
Swiss. Okay.
But where was I going with that?
Yeah, even before that, they do a good job of showing a normal day, what a normal day would look like with Chris comes home.
Right.
Reagan steals a cookie. They chase each other. They tickle each other. You know, it's like, these are fun, normal, everyday kinds of things, right?
Yeah, she's on set and she's doing her thing and she's making a movie. She comes home and still tries to be like, how was your day? And play with her daughter for the few hours before she goes to bed.
She's happy.
She's reading her lines and things like that.
Once again, this is more of a deeper thing. Like, she's happy to walk home. Like, Chris is happy to walk home through her beautiful, the images she sees every day, the beautiful houses, the kids playing happily in the street. And when you compare that to Karras's walk to his mom's house or whatever, it's like a night and day.
Well, that's New York. He flies up there or drives up there. But it's doing a good job of showing us, her state of mind, and she's living in a good world. The juxtaposition is great.
Then Karras is seeing these, people jumping on cars and beating each other up, and beggars in the street.
The subway with the homeless guy.
Yeah.
How about an old...
Yeah, altar boy, can you help an old altar boy?
Yeah.
I'm a Catholic.
Yeah.
I'm a Catholic.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, she's definitely a huge actress, because when the babysitter gives her the mail, one of the things is an invitation to the White House.
4 or 5 people.
For dinner.
Right.
5 or 6
people.
So,
I mean, you got to be a big star. You ain't
NBD.
Just, we're not getting those invites.
I mean, speak for yourselves, guys.
Yeah. So, we're still in the first part of the movie. We're establishing Chris McNeil, and we're establishing Reagan and Father Karras and all these people. And we talked about, he goes up to New York. He takes care of his mother, who lives in a very poor part of town, very slum, very much
probably nice at one time.
Slums, her graffiti all over,
nice.
Trash all over.
When she grew up, so
probably where she grew up and just never left.
So you are from, we'll call it the Georgetown area ish, within an hour or two, right?
Yeah.
How far is that to New York?
4 hours.
Okay, so not impossible to do monthly, but you get the impression that he can't make it up every month because his uncle only visits monthly, right?
Yeah.
Uncle's a dick, man.
Right. I think one of the things I wanted to ask was, and I mean, I've seen this movie 20 times. I feel like I miss it. But Chris is a single mother and she's dating Burke. Is that established that they're dating?
I don't think so.
Or just hangs around. He's hoping to get some.
She tries to call Reagan's father.
Yes,
and he's in Rome. Howard, and he's in Rome, and she can't get through, and the operator can't connect the call, and she goes off on the operator. She's a little entitled in that scene.
Yeah,
where she's not likable.
I think her frustration for Reagan is coming out there.
Is it a divorce thing? Is it do you think he's an actor too, and they just don't establish that? Maybe it's spelled out more in the book.
I think it's a divorce.
Is he in Rome because he's an actor and he's working over there,
doing something,
or in the movie industry somehow? But yeah, definitely a divorce.
So she's Burke's a side piece while he's gone.
I don't know if they established any romantic.
Didn't see anything.
If they did, they chose the wrong actor for Burke.
Right.
They chose
exactly
Dudley Moore's great grandfather or something. I was like, who's this guy?
Well, because when they're having one of those talks, Reagan's like, "Do you love him? Are you going to marry him?"
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit. And he's like,
"But you like him?
Yeah, you like him.
Like him, like daddy." That's little kid stuff too, though, right?
Yeah.
That scene was cute. Like the way she was looking at Ellen Burstyn in that scene was really was precious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we get the first hint something is not going right is when Reagan mentions Captain Howdy. They play the Ouija board. This is 21 minutes into the movie. And now it's now we're starting, everything's established. And now we're like, okay, here's where shit starts going wrong.
She didn't ask one question about how that, what do they call the little thing that you hold?
Planchette?
The planchette jumped out of her. I was like, no. Nah. But then
I've never played with one. You guys ever played
no.
with one?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, it's just people
somebody moving it.
Somebody moves it. Yeah. I mean, it's all bullshit.
There was nobody touching it on that one.
Well, in that one, it just goes.
That's
it's
a movie.
Whoa.
And then Captain Howdy had some jokes, man. He was like, is my mom pretty? And it just stayed still.
Yeah.
Look at the Captain Howdy ripping on her.
Captain Howdy? Howard?
Right,
is that
exactly.
a dad thing?
It's on purpose for sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then at 28 minutes in, Reagan says, my bed is shaking. I can't go to sleep. That's why Chris wakes up, answers the phone, turns, and Reagan's in her bed. And you're like, I couldn't sleep. My bed was shaking.
Yeah.
Creepy noise in the attic again. Chris goes up there this time. No rats, but the candlelight she takes up there because there's no light bulbs up in the attic, I guess, in this house.
Oh my gosh.
The candle just like
and
goes up.
Didn't think another thing of it.
And then Carl's right there, like, see, no rats.
No rats.
Gee,
new
thanks.
candle.
Terrific, Carl.
We need new candle.
That's good. Those.
Like Carl had to have seen that candle flame.
Yeah. So like all possession stories that I've heard in Hollywood follow a similar pattern where it starts off as they have to be welcome in somehow, right? So the Captain Howdy, the Ouija board thing is like what's the word I'm looking for? A relatively non-threatening entity that's
progressive entrapment.
Right, exactly. It's is what, so she's allowing this thing because he's
welcome in like vampires, like you have to be invited in.
Kind of. There has to be an invitation in, like you have to open the door. Like the Ouija board opens the door, right? And it's Captain Howdy there, and I'm not threatening, talk to me. Mm-hmm. But also it doesn't jump right into Reagan, right? It's we're going to make shit happen in your house. We're going to break you down psychologically. We're going to wait till the right time when you're most vulnerable. That, to me, is when she hears her screaming at her dad about not calling her his daughter. So that's kind of where I think that Captain Howdy jumps in there, whatever, because after that is when they go to the hospital, right? And we see that Pazuzu flash.
Mm-hmm. Before that, we get our first really disturbing image in this film is where someone desecrates the church.
Oh, yeah.
They put
some boobies
very
and a weird
pointy, bloody tits and a dick on the Virgin Mary.
It should be on your t-shirt, bloody tits and a dick.
Okay.
This episode, The Exorcist, bloody tits and a dick. Or did you say pointy bloody?
Pointy, bloody tits and a dick on the Virgin Mary. Do we know who did this?
We don't. We never do.
We never did.
A witch.
They try to connect this to the homicide of Burke, which we'll get to later.
Probably not wrong. It's connected somehow.
So it's not explained in the movie. The book, I think, explains that Reagan did this. Did the church desecration.
Wow.
Because
I think
she's
strategically
of her body.
Strategically it makes sense to not show us that, which is good. Like I'm glad they didn't, because right now
But we needed something more to tie it to the action of the movie. It seemed too peripheral.
Right.
Yeah, it happens quick and they cut away from it and they don't really revisit that until we meet Kinderman well later into the film.
Or he ties Burke's murder, right? It's like, and Burke's murder becomes the first incident where we are like, okay, this is a murderous entity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So had they shown us her desecrating the Virgin Mary, I think we would have been like on guard a little more, and the journey with Reagan would have been a little different.
Right. The dinner party scene. Oh, wait.
Yes. William Blatty's novel, The Exorcist, implies that a sleepwalking or semi-possessed Reagan McNeil committed the church desecration.
You know, it makes sense. Do you know what I just thought of? See, we watch this every time, and like her little clay statue she does. Those little animals she makes.
That's what in the novel, that's how Kinderman puts it together, is because he finds the clay there, and when he's at the house, he picks up a piece of clay from the statues, and it's the same
It's the clay that would have been the boobs and the phallus.
So in the book, they like run like a...
But in the movie, they just go through the
forensics on the clay.
There's
statue too quickly.
Like, they do not do a good enough job of, one, establishing that Pazuzu is the same entity that Mary
They don't even say the name Pazuzu in this movie. It's not till Exorcist 2.
Oh, shit.
They don't say it. Even in the version you never seen, the 2000 version, it's they never say the word Pazuzu. It's not till part 2 that they say.
But like Marin immediately recognizes it, and we should have known that, like, obviously that was the same entity, back for a rematch, don't call it a comeback kind of thing. Yeah. But they don't do that, and I thought that was like important as shit.
Did you notice the Pazuzu statue has like a snake for a dick?
Yeah, I did. It's real quick. It's real quick.
It's like a dog head. It's got wings. It's got talons, and it's got a snake dick.
Did you know Pazuzu's a real entity?
No.
We could talk about that later. I don't want to get you off your guard.
An actual mythological.
Yeah. There is a Pazuzu in history.
Okay.
I think I used to drive one.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm a Pazuzu sidekick, right? That's what they were called.
I think so.
So some time has passed. Now we get to the dinner party scene. So more awkward dinner party. This or the Office episode of the dinner party. Didn't I do that in a different? Didn't I do that? Pose that question in a different episode.
This is not.
What was the other awkward dinner party?
It was freaking Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Like, stand there with your face on your face.
Yes. Okay, this or Hereditary or The Office, worst dinner party to attend.
Well,
Office still.
The Office still.
We got some sweet flat screen though. So
I could stand here for 3 hours.
Took me by the hand.
so that was Jan singing, right?
Yeah.
So this is shortly after like the first round of tests, right?
Yeah, because some time has passed because they've already been to the doctor once, and because she says, just like the doctor said, it's just nerves.
Just nerves. Take the Ritalin.
Some time has definitely passed, and this might be like the wrap party for the movie that she's
Seems
filming,
like it.
Something like that.
Important to note, there is an astronaut, a senator, several priests, actors, directors. You know, this is a big Hollywood hubbub to do thing.
Yeah. Huge, lots of important people there. Reagan comes down the stairs, says to the astronaut, "You're going to die up there."
Okay, another thing where I don't think Friedkin did a good job, because I had to look it up. I was like, wouldn't that made more sense? Was there a cut where she was supposed to say that to Burke at the party? But I didn't catch that it was to an astronaut.
Right.
Yeah. They didn't do a good enough job of that.
I didn't realize until then, I don't know, at some point years ago when this internet movie database came out and I looked up the cast, and like one of the uncredited parts is like the astronaut, and it's that guy. And it's like, oh, that's who she's talking to. Because I thought when she says you're going to die up there and the rest of the movie is her in her bedroom, I'm like, oh, it's like warning you, if you come in my bedroom, I'm going to kill you.
Exactly.
That's what I thought it was. They don't really say like, oh, this is so-and-so, astronaut so-and-so. He just got back from the moon.
It could,
whatever.
And what would that have been, like 10 seconds more to like show like that like
almost
horrible thing to say to an astronaut?
Maybe Friedkin is like, that's too much exposition. Because there's not a lot of exposition. Almost none.
I mean, he's talking about...
So they could have just introduced him sometime during the party.
Yeah.
They quickly, 5 seconds.
They did, like he was talking to the priest about like rockets and shit, right? And the priest was like, well, let me know, because their first seminary on Mars.
Yeah,
or
that's
like
right.
That.
There's a small
there was a
joke about
throwaway. That. It was a throwaway part, but later we're supposed to remember that guy,
right?
The astronaut.
I just remember there's a pubic hair in my drink that I've never seen before.
Right.
See, that's normal. That's normal drunken Burke, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Burke's drunk. Burke's
he's not normally aggressive, right?
And calls him a Nazi, and Carl's like, but I'm Swiss. He's like, it doesn't mean you ain't been bowling with Goebbels, right?
What an idiot.
I mean, yeah, he's drunk. He's
not a love interest, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like if that's Chris McNeil's like new boyfriend, that's bad. That's real bad. Terrible.
He's a giving lover.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so Reagan comes down, you're gonna die up there, pisses on the carpet.
Which is shocking in its own right? Like, I felt everybody's embarrassment. Like, they did a good job of capturing how we would all react, right? I was like,
yeah. It was just kind of like frozen, like.
And then maybe as she's telling everybody that they gotta leave, we'd be like, oh, just let us know if you need anything, And it's like, but for the most part, if one of your kids came out and pissed on the floor, Charlie, I'd be like, it's time to go.
Yeah,
it's time
Chris is
to
just
go.
like
Irish goodbye.
Chris is just like, share and clean this shit up.
Is it coming out? I thought she was going to come down. Where are them clean rats? We need to wipe them up. Put some piss with it. I thought she was going to come down. Oh, don't do that. I'll do it. Nope. She's like, is it coming out? Scrub harder, bitch.
No. Yeah. So now I think we're off and running in The Exorcist. We are fully like something is wrong with this girl, and we're off to the races. It is the bed starts shaking in one of the scenes. We have Karras has the nightmare of seeing his mother on the street, and Pazuzu is spliced into his nightmare as he's running towards her.
And the falling medallion, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you forgot to mention your favorite line from Does Your Daughter Curse? Forgot to mention that the doctor's asking Chris.
Oh, that's in the
swears.
Yeah,
is that only in the?
That's only in the extended.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've been watching the extended. So if I mention things that aren't,
that's good.
Yeah, which is like,
so the extended version has all the little clips of Pazuzu. Like I think the only clip of the demon face in the original is spliced in with this scene where Karras is running towards his mom in the dream, and they splice the face in.
So they do a good job up to this point of showing the futility of modern medicine against what ails Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Those MRI or CAT scans. Those things were scary as shit.
So is this? This is.
So
When is it the first doctor's office scene where Reagan gets the one in her carotid artery?
No,
Yes.
this is
Well,
like
this-
when
okay,
they
so
go back after they
first
think they
doctor
don't
scene-
know what's going
Yeah.
on. They still can't figure
She's
anything
fighting
out.
and she calls the one a fucking bastard.
first doctor scene.
Get that
it's
away from me, you
just-
fucking bastard.
All we get the first doctor scene was him saying, "Oh, it's a disorder of the nerves. It's quite common in kids this age."
Yeah.
Bullshit, gaslighter. And then you talked about, is it normal for her to be lying and
Pissing herself
It
and-
goes with the cursing, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" Right?
Yeah.
So then it's like,
You
okay,
can say the line from the delete from the
told me to
extended
keep
version.
my fingers away from her F and C.
Her goddamn cunt. You can say it.
It's God. Definitely not ones I normally use.
The Brits say it all the time.
Oh yeah. So
a
there's
term
that
of
line.
endearment.
And he says it could be good news is it might be a lesion. So that's when it's a follow up with but they do no job of telling us how much time's passed between when they run the procedures and when they're looking at the procedures, because immediately when you're looking at the brain scans, it's you got a minute, we got to run to this house. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think it's the next time they go back is the drawing the blood from her neck.
No, they did
That's the one that had people fainting. It wasn't really
that was the
some of
first
the other
one.
shit.
It was the first one when they, after the referral to get the head scan or whatever, that's when they're doing because they call that a spinal. They call that a spinal. We're going to have to do another one. So that's the carotid one where it's just like.
They put the needle in the carotid artery and then it spurts the blood until they get the little tube tied on there. And
Still like, what are they doing? Opening up that vein?
Oh my God. And it's supposed, that's how they put dye in so that it like shows up better on a brain scan, like the blood vessels can show up.
Well, they did the iodine and then they made a hole for the, exactly. Yeah, I think so. I think that's how
But I feel like, people have that done for like heart things now, like to see if there's heart problems.
Now
and
they
like they're
put
not putting it in your carotid artery.
They put it up through
No.
your leg.
You get it. And
They'll put dye
when they
in
do
so it
CT
shows
scans,
up.
they do.
They'll put a dye in so they can.
I thought if
see
they
things.
put it
that?
through your femoral, probably a phone.
It's imaging with contrast.
Yes,
So
there you go.
they put an IV in your arm, anywhere, your hand, your arm, the elbow pit, and you just go in there and they run you through a couple times and like, okay, we're gonna do the contrast, and it goes everywhere.
Yeah,
like it makes your entire body feel warm. It makes you feel like you piss yourself because your crotch gets really warm.
Not everybody. That was just you.
No, that's what they told me the first time. Like, you're going to think you're peeing yourself. You are not. It's just the contrast will make you feel that way. But yeah, your head gets all warm and hot, so it goes everywhere. So I don't think you need to give a shot in the neck anymore.
It seems maybe in the 70s. This is how they
Maybe in the 70s.
did it 50 years ago.
So I think the goal of it is to make this is an innocent child, right? Like to see her going through this was tough for everybody. So maybe back then they didn't even have to do that, but they're like, hey, how gruesome can we make
Let's
this?
amp it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like how hard.
This is what made more people faint. Was this not
It
like
was that
the
one?
Pazuzu stuff? Not. some of the other stuff is harrowing.
I bet the crucifix.
But this, watching the blood come out of her neck, that's where people were like, whoa, Jesus.
And I bet when her head does the 180, which we'll get to in a little bit, because go ahead. I don't want to slow up our momentum here.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So science.
So the doctor there, the needle in the neck, and that the MRI machine you talked about, just the boom, 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 like that shit was as scary as anything else. That's why this shit won for best sound, because just the sound of this movie is just so intense. It's as intense as what you see and the things are saying, and it plays a big role in why it's so good. So that's me. I'm gonna put my phone over here. All right, so we get to the second time we're in the bedroom scene. The doctors come.
Yeah, they see it.
She's flailing even wilder, and this is the first time that Pazuzu comes out. The demon comes out. She flings back.
Oh right,
she's
first
like,
her throat does like a frog thing.
Yep. And then she, lick me, and forces Chris's head down in there. And
doctor, I'll take care of this.
Yeah, she slaps the doctor. Doctor, keep away.
Pimp slap.
Yeah, and then shoves Chris's head down there. Wild and out. Wild shit. this movie is so unsettling at this point.
Chris's head gets put down there twice.
Yeah. And you can hear it. You can hear it. It's like, oh God. Charlie chewing his gum right now is what it sounds like.
Snap.
But yeah, it's like, it is so unsettling, all of this, even rewatching it again.
Did you guys like how like it was this whole modern science versus psychology thing? There's this whole like, nah, we don't want you going to see a psych yet, like a psychiatrist yet.
Yeah.
The real psychiatrists are going to focus on the somatic problems first.
Oh, your Baltimore just came out. They're going to focus on
somatic stuff.
Yeah. Are they going to focus on it, Justin?
Hun,
you focus.
Yeah.
On
So
it?
like, okay, so they do sedate her, and then they gaslight the shit out of Chris some more.
Oh yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
Come on, guys. We've heard of that 90-pound woman that lifts a truck off her kid, right?
Right.
Like, and then they're like, well, there's only 100 cases of split personality, which is now dissociative identity disorder. But like, there's only been 100 cases. I'm like, there's been less cases of women picking their cars off of children, probably, right? There's one that we've tossed around for years of a 90-pound woman.
Yeah, lifting up.
But
2,000.
Anyway, yeah, gaslight. Right.
Next big scene, Chris finds out that Burke is dead. Who was it? Somebody.
I really like the way they did that because she drives by the back of her place, sees the cops and the crowd,
milling about by the stairs.
She is 10,000-yard stare. She has no idea what's.
And then she gets there and they have no idea what's.
Windows. She's pissed
where
because
were
the window's
you?
wide open.
Oh, I left Burke here. Well, where's Burke? Oh, you must have left. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
And no idea what's going on. And then somebody knocks at the door.
So this is after basically she's told to go, it's time to see it shrink, right? And that's when she comes home, right.
So
despondent.
Yeah. This is so in the extended version, when she finds out Burke is dead and she's crying against the wall, this is when the spider crawl down the steps takes place.
Right after.
They did not have this in the original because I guess you could see the wires and they couldn't do enough touching up.
I don't notice it every time I see it. I love it.
And yeah,
I don't remember this.
Well, they could touch it up. They touched it up and they fixed it for that. But I guess for the original, they weren't able to make it look good enough so that it was like
it's
not
so
believable.
Fast
but also
jerky, you're not paying attention.
Yeah,
it's so
but I think also Friedkin didn't want it in there after they did it because it's like you took Reagan out of the room. Now it's like she could just attack anybody in the house at any time.
But they take her to several doctors and things like that. So it's part of,
But I think if you have her come down with blood coming out of her mouth and like crawling around the floor and trying to bite Chris.
I would assume
the extended version of that was she was like biting at Chris's ankles and biting at the other guy's ankles and shit. And like now at that point, she could just come out of anywhere. She could be hiding anywhere in the house. You wouldn't know. And that takes away from the lore.
What you have to do is you got to put a bell on her, So
you got that bell in your ass. Oh,
yeah. So that's why that scene kind of fades to black really quick. Where
I like the logic on taking it out, but it's a really effective scene. Right in the theater when I watched the re-release, it was so good.
It was really good. It was really effective. But I can kind of see why they cut it from the original.
And it does. If they're trying to keep it pretty grounded in the room, then it does sensationalize it up a little bit.
So why is Burke in Reagan's room? Is the question that is stemmed from.
I think Burke is a perv.
The novel.
Does it really?
It hints on it. I don't think they explicitly say it, but apparently the novel touches on the idea that he's a child molester.
Oh my gosh, I didn't.
But then that doesn't make sense if Reagan is like all happy about like
Burke.
Do you like Burke? Are you gonna marry him? Like she'd be
maybe
like,
she hadn't had anything.
Maybe he was still in the grooming stage, right? Where it's like I'm getting her comfortable with me. So
and then
I
if
think
he was a molester, wouldn't Pazuzu be like, "Hey, that's cool in my book"? I don't.
No, so like something that comes up a lot when I'm researching this is how much of this is like a chess game being played by Pazuzu, right?
All of it
like,
is.
It is like it's all like this is a exact situation that needs to happen with the right people in the right place, and the chessboard has been set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think killing Burke, for example, was to get somebody, the detective, for example, to reach out to Karras to connect those two, because Karras was a prime target for Pazuzu. That's what I've done some research and thought about, right? But yeah, so the chess game, I don't think it's a matter of we're okay with child predators. It's more of a, hey, this is going to be what really gets Marin here eventually. In the end game, Marin gets here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about the child predator? Oh, I think a 2-second clip where Burke might have been like going to pray for her would have been good, because I think that's his crucifix, isn't it? Is that where
Burke's?
Whose crucifix is that? Did we ever find out?
No, it never says.
They never say, but
wearing
they
a
say,
chain
that's
in a
another one they
couple
say in the novel. They don't say in the movie.
Who was it in the novel?
In the novel, Carl put it under her pillow.
That lying son of a bitch, man.
Fucking Nazi.
Okay, no, it wasn't me.
Nine.
It wasn't to me.
Nine.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. There goes my theory. But I thought he was wearing a chain at one point. I could see Burke was wearing a chain. I thought
Probably
maybe
was.
a crucifix that she snatched off as she ripped his head off or whatever. Not ripped it off, but
It was too
twisted
big.
around.
It was
It's like Flava Flav.
right.
All right. So, yeah, I think we get after this, we get Detective Kinderman from Homicide meets with Father Karras. This is where we meet him for the first time, and he mentions to Father Karras that Burke's head was spun completely around, that
Looking
it's not
up,
going to
yeah.
be something that just falling out the window and rolling down the steps.
1 in
would have
1,000
done.
chance.
1 in 1,000
Possible, but unlikely.
You're saying there's a chance.
When they bring
1 in a
Reagan
million.
home from another doctor's appointment, that's where someone snuck the crucifix into her bed. And this is where Kinderman interviews Chris. And the whole time now that we're in the house, because we've already heard the screams and everything, we like, you're on edge. So while he's interviewing Chris, it's not really a questioning, or an interrogation. It's just trying to fact find.
Right.
Or, like, it's not, she's not on.
Do we like Kinderman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty
definitely.
good. And I thought he was pretty smart, like the
Yeah.
way he was like, "Aw, shucks," and he was very disarming.
Yeah,
with his
extremely
questioning.
disarming.
He's like, what do you think about witchcraft? And he's like, I wrote a paper about it. He's like, I know, So it's like he's only asking questions that he knows the answer.
And I think,
essentially,
and he may know, like, that Reagan probably did this to Burke, but he has to say it to Chris in a way that's like, the only person, he could only have been thrown from that window, but the only person in that room was Reagan. So how is that possible?
Well,
And
they
it's
said
like, it's like he immediately is like, well, that can't be true. But he's basically telling her, like, this is what happened, but I can't tell you that this is what happened because you'll freak the fuck out.
I know Charlie's got something to say too, but like weirdly, this is the first time in Chris's head that she's considered
Evil.
Reagan as a murderer,
Right.
right? So
Well, the detective was like, it would have to be, he was a really strong man.
delivery man, or
And like kind of describing, and there's like, so there was somebody else in the house.
and to
Very
chuck him out,
Very strong man who twisted his neck around, threw him out the window. But Reagan was the only one there.
But it couldn't be so. Yeah.
So it couldn't be Reagan, but he's kind of like, it's
He's like-
Reagan, but he can't
like,
come out and
could
say
it?
it.
That bitch possessed.
Yeah, he can't come out and say it.
Yeah, it's
so
all
he's got to walk a tightrope. And then it's cute. He asked for the autograph, and like, it's for my daughter. What's her name? I lied. It's for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's cute.
I like the burn that I had no idea what he was referencing. It, like with Karras, he's like, I lied. You look like Salmoneo or whatever.
Salmonio.
I was like, is that a burn? I don't know.
It's a burn. It's a burn.
He said, what's he say? He says to Father Karras, like, he said, oh, he looks like a boxer. And dude, Karras is wearing like the all gray sweatsuit, which Rocky wears 2 years later, man. I'm like, did Rocky?
Probably.
Is he like Father Karras wears this? He's the boxer. I need to dress like
We'll
that.
find out in
Rocky.
the I Play Rocky movie.
That would be crazy if that was the Exorcist had a
So
time
yeah, I
with
did like
Rocky.
the slight fencing he did with Karras, where it's like, and I just throw this out there as a matter of fact, but like somebody in sunny California got arrested for not helping the police, and then Karras was like, yeah, and I just throw this out there in passing that I could always say it's a confession. I like that. Yeah,
Yep.
the little sword fight, it was good.
Yeah. And then this is the only time that they finally connect the desecration of the church to like Burke's homicide. It was like, we think it's the same person.
So that's when we're first like, oh yeah, that happened, because it was like a flash, right? So like,
Yeah, just kind of
didn't fit without any explanation.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They needed something to tie it to Reagan, which they didn't.
Yeah.
Nowadays, what they would do is this seems similar to like, okay, so they would set it up as he's talking to Karis. And they'd be like, this seems similar to the desecration I heard about at the church. And they would flash that image. And like, you know, that's how they would probably introduce it instead of, you know, the priest coming in, doing a sign of the cross with the flowers and seeing the desecration.
Yeah.
And it would fit better.
So after Kinderman interviews Chris and he leaves, like as soon as the door shuts and she puts the bolt that blocks the door, we hear the scream. And she goes up, runs up the steps, and it's the head spinning scene.
This is the second head. Like this is the second.
Shit was flying everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is where
crucifix.
This is the crucifix scene.
Chris tries to stop her because she's hurting herself,
right?
She's stabbing herself.
She tries to stop her and she slaps the shit out of her. She goes flying back across the room. Another Friedkin story about this one.
Infamously, This is
they shot this a few different takes.
Fracture back.
I mean, you know, in the old days, you just put someone in a harness and a dude with a wire yanks on you to get you to jump backwards.
That's what they did here too, yeah.
And that's what they were doing. And she said on like the first or second take, like, hey, it hurts. Like, don't have him not pull so hard. Like, I'll make it look good. Just have him not pull so hard. And in the documentary I watched, it was when she explains it, she said she could see out of the corner of her eye that Friedkin was like, okay. And out of the corner of her eye, it looked like he gave like some kind of signal to the dude, the stunt guy or whoever pulled the harness to be like, fuck that. Or like, pull harder. Like
lawsuit.
Yeah. So she told him like it hurts. He needs to not do it so hard. And he's like, sure, no problem. And then signaled something to be like, no.
And the scene they use is where she
the one in the movie is the one where she
fracture on her back. Yeah,
broke her coccyx and had like some permanent spinal damage.
God damn, this fucking guy.
So she said she was on crutches for the rest of the movie, just in part when she's not in the movie, but like on set, she had to be on crutches the rest of the time, and except for the scenes she was filming. Friedkin said some other things where it was like, well, are you hurt or are you injured? And she was basically hurt, not injured. Like, dude, he's a first-class asshole, it sounds like. But
first-class asshole. Is that a draft we're going to do, first-class assholes?
Yeah, no, right?
Charlie's a first-class.
Probably any director pre-1975.
I mean it more like, you're first-class, buddy. That's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
First class.
Yeah, so the scene that we got was her actually breaking her coccyx and part of her spine and spinal injury, and that's the one that's in the movie. Yeah, Friedkin ignored all that shit. And then, you know, the armoire coming at her. Shannon, or was it Shannon is the babysitter?
I think so.
Sharon's the babysitter. Yeah. She's coming, but the door slams, so she's trapped in there with Reagan now. And you're like, oh, fuck. And the armoire is coming at her. She's able to get out of the way. And she's doing the crucifix thing, which is fucking wild. Like, incredibly wild. Like
who writes that? Who thinks that up? Right.
But like, up? And then
another scene that probably had to have people fainting, right?
And then the head spins around. Do you know what she did?
Yeah, it was Burke's voice,
Your
right?
cunting daughter? Yeah, it was Burke's voice.
I'm glad you're here.
Because you're not saying that. I know now you ain't saying that.
Watched that scene today. When Olivia and I were watching that scene today, I was like, that armoire started coming. I was like, be our guest, be our guest. It's like sleeping. This is like Beauty and the Beast.
It is talking. Oh man, dancing.
You need to create humor to break the tension.
Right. You had to do what I said not to do during watching this. Right? No making jokes. So yeah. So the head spinning in a way to mimic how Burke's head was found. Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So after this horrific scene, iconic scene, Chris goes and meets Father Karras. And she finds him. They meet on the street somehow. You know, I don't think she texted him and was like, "Oh, I'm on the bridge." Like, I don't know. However, they got together.
It's the other. So she knows the other priest, right? Did you mention? So
Father Dyer.
Yeah, he reached out to. He set up
the one who wants to be a piano player in heaven.
Yep.
Yeah, I got questions about it. I got questions. Oh, like it'll be fabulous.
They all love me.
I was like, that's a gay priest. Like this guy is.
I was like, that's Liberace right there.
This guy touching kids.
Oh man,
you're safe. You're safe, Reagan. But
Wow.
Damn.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Oh, right.
Alrighty. It just turned into Spotlight. Movie Spotlight.
Moonlight.
Or
yeah.
both. What's,
No, not Moonlight.
Spotlight's the one about the,
you're right.
the Boston.
No, Moonlight is
priest.
completely different.
Doubt. All those
Jesus.
priest movies.
Yeah. They knew, and they let it happen.
They knew.
Yeah.
All right. So what were we talking? We're talking about. Oh yeah, he set up the meeting.
They
She was
set up the
looking
meeting.
incognito in a scarf and with
Well,
her
because she's
shiner.
got a big black eye
Right.
from
And at first,
Reagan beating
he
her.
came up and asked, "Oh, he's like Chris McDaniel." She's like, "Leave me alone."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Damn.
'cause, I mean, dude.
Yeah, you get autograph requests. I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what the implication was.
And he introduced himself, and she's like, "Oh, thank God!"
Oh,
like it's
sorry. You should have told you we'd be out of uniform.
just an incredible scene.
We are like
them two together. It's just like it'd be like a stage play. It's just such a great scene.
It's
But
great. Unfortunately,
their chemistry and all that stuff is so good.
When you think of the movie, I just want like knee jerk reaction here. When you think of the movie, do you think of the last 30 minutes and in the room and the the actual exorcism, or do you? It's crazy how much you forget that Karras goes through, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's so interesting what he's going through because he's going through. He's a psychiatrist for priests, right?
Right.
Like, so he deals with all the people saying, "Hey, here are my sins.
Mhm.
Here are my doubts about my faith and all this stuff." And all the time he's having these doubts of faith too. So he's like, it's feeding it. It's feeding the despair. He's running into beggars on the subway and he's looking disgusted at him. His mom's in that facility. What do we call that? A hospital? A mental hospital? What do we call it?
It's a mental institution.
Father Dyer probably told Karras some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And they used
they're like best friends.
They're
living in the same.
He's saying
yeah.
he probably took his confession.
right. That was a real hospital, and those were real patients.
Yeah.
Holy
This guy
shit.
exploited
That is some
everybody.
HIPAA shit, right?
Yeah.
That guy exploited everybody.
Are
in
you
this
like
movie.
those are real patients?
Those
They
are real
are.
They don't have
patients.
like real patients like for leg injuries or
No.
for mental
illness.
Holy
Real
shit.
patients.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't do anything like that now.
Nope.
No,
Wow.
like I don't think a guardian can sign off on stuff like that.
No.
They don't have the
I
mental
don't think they
capacity.
did back then. I think
So-
they're just like, cool, we got our shot. Let's
Probably
get the
from
fuck
what
out.
you say about
Yeah.
Friedkin.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene is important because like he's like almost hates that he's wearing that. What do they call that? The habit? Is that what they call that?
I don't
the
remember.
uniform. Sure, the cloth. The man.
No,
in the cloth.
frock.
Okay,
Is that a frock?
I don't know.
Oh,
don't know.
unknowable.
So he's wearing it there, and all those ladies are coming to him to pray for him to get him out of there and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's their
And
last
he's just
chance.
like, leave me
He's like
alone.
pushing him off, and he's like just so at that point he's done. He's like, I am not a believer anymore, right? So,
Right.
so I'm trying to catch us up with what he's going through at the same time, and
Right.
they do. It's such a good story, and the more you watch it, that's what you focus on is kind of what he's going through. But yeah, it's forgotten in a weird way. Okay, now we're there. So that's what
Yep.
he's dealt with up to this point, meeting her.
Yeah. And then
He's not a believer. He doesn't believe that exorcisms.
Right. And so, even when she brings it up, like, how would one go about getting an exorcism, which is just a wild thing to say anyway.
I love how she worked it in. Like, hey, have you
Like,
seen a Mets game lately?
Yeah.
I was just in the neighborhood. And
And
I was wondering.
are there any spare exorcists laying around
Right.
you don't need?
Yeah. And so he's like, well, first I'd have to get in my time machine and go back to the 16th century. And when
Right.
she's like serious about it, what's he say? He goes, she says, it's my little girl, and starts like breaking down crying.
Oh, yeah.
And the line was supposed to be like, it's my daughter, but she said in the moment, like saying it's my little girl felt like it hit home more, which
Yeah.
it does in my opinion.
It does.
To say it's
course.
it's my little girl and start breaking it down instead of like, yeah, it's my daughter. Great. Just so good. Such a good scene between those two there.
It's good.
And then when
And
you
he
think-
doesn't believe it, but he's going to go through it because it's a favor to his friend and to her. I think he feels for her. Like he wants to go
Yeah.
as a psychiatrist, but not as a
right.
priest.
Yeah. And then, so this is the next scene is he comes over and it's the pea soup scene. This is,
See, that's one thing that I think they could find a better, like the pea soup's gross and all, but like I think they'd make it grosser nowadays and probably more realistic.
yeah.
But it still holds up. It still holds up. Nitpicks.
Yeah. I think it's split pea soup. And I think Friedkin pulled a actually on us and was like, it's porridge with a little bit of pea soup dyed green because
not enough porridge.
Porridge had the better consistency than soup does for what they were trying to accomplish. Regardless, in that scene, another Friedkin thing told Jason Miller that the vomit's going to hit you on the chest.
Motherfucker.
And then it hits him in the face, and so his reaction being pissed.
Did you imagine him as a porn director? Oh
God. Dude, but this shit, I mean, I feel like this is one that is like, dude, it's one thing to like hurt someone. It's another one to be like, hey, it's going to hit you in the chest, and then this wet goop hits you in the face, and to get a shocked reaction. I think that's totally fine.
It's all plausible. Right, I agree.
You're not hurting
anybody.
Like in Die Hard, they got the reaction from Alan Rickman when they drop him off the building by saying like, we're going to count to 3 and let you go. And they go like 1 and let him go. So he's like, oh, fuck. And like, that's how you get the shocked face because, I mean, you know, you're not hurting him, you know, it's just, I think that's totally, well,
spoiler alert, he is dead.
Yeah, but dude, I think if you're not hurting someone,
30
I think
years
it's
later.
totally plausible. Like they, you know, there's a part where they said like Friedkin would fire guns to get people react on set, and Jason Miller was like the first time Friedkin did it to him, like shot a gun right by his ear to get him to like, you know, shake him up or whatever. He's like, don't fucking do that again. Like, I don't need
that's fair
inspiration. Like I got this. Like,
and I'll beat your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
All 5'5" of me.
It'd be even scarier if you're like, please do that again.
I double dog dare you.
But yeah, it's like, if you're not, and also I think there was another movie and I can't remember what it is. Was it Oliver Stone or Kubrick, like did that, like shot a gun to get a reaction of someone, and then they like, were permanently deaf in their ear for like the rest of their life for that. Justin, you know all about that.
Yeah, in my left ear.
But it's like, dude, like you can't do that shit. But anyway, but yeah, if you're like, hey, it's gonna hit you in the chest, and because you want the reaction, it really hits them in the mouth. Like, I think that's totally fine.
So Garrus goes in
anyway,
expecting just a mentally unstable child, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, trying to rope us in.
Chris after this little meeting with Reagan, like, did she know a priest was coming over? And did Reagan or asked if she knew about his mother passing? And Chris was like, you know, Father Dyers did say something. I'm really sorry. And he's like, no. Did Reagan know? And Chris is like, no.
Fun fact here. Like,
that's the kind of the key that unlocks like all of this all of a sudden.
In my research too, like it's like you saw that he did the classic. The tap water thing, right? And I'm gonna.
I think that was that this one or was that the next?
That's
time?
this one.
No, it's this one.
It's this one because he's assessing her, right? He's assessing her. He does the tap water, and she speaks.
Is this where he's like, "What an where she says, "What an excellent day for an exorcism"?
That's when he sets up. Yeah. So he sets up, walks around, splashes her. It burns. It burns.
Okay.
I think I know in my heart that like Pazuzu knew that it was fake, but needed to have him still having doubt in the fact that it was a true exorcism, because he's kind of like a mark in a weird way for Pazuzu in this whole thing. It's like, my ultimate goal is to get Marin here to corrupt this kid, you know, all that stuff. But like, we got to keep him doubting everything, or he's going to be too good of a teammate for Marin, right? So I think later we see Marin hit her with the real holy water, and it cuts her leg.
Yeah.
Remember? So like,
one of them, yeah.
So they know the difference between real holy water and fake holy water, right? So I think she knew just she, what do we call him, Pazuzu? He?
Sure.
It? Well, it does have a penis, so he.
That's true.
Snake penis.
We're gonna call snake penis he. But yeah, no, I thought that was a cool, like when you watch it a third or fourth or fifth time, like you're just like seeing the mental chess that's going on, and I love it.
For sure.
Real quick, Google AI is no, Burke Dennings is not Chris McNeil's love interest.
Okay, I didn't think so. I was hoping not, because I thought Chris had low bar, if so. But
that's like rolling that bar on the ground.
Maybe he's a salad tosser. Wait, cut that.
Nope. It's in.
I was making a flyer for work and AI spelled Saturday wrong. It doesn't know shit.
Well, did it spell it with the D? Like it's a sad or like
no.
So Saturday.
No, I forgot the A in Saturday. It was like Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday.
I was like, well, yeah. I'm like,
it was the way you said it.
I know.
That's how they spell it in Baltimore.
So he's gathering evidence, right? And he's still like, he's inconclusive because it was fake holy water, but she's speaking all this language I didn't understand.
Latin and some other shit,
Right.
French in there maybe. I don't know.
He thought
but then there's some tapes of her that they recorded.
Right.
So he goes
it's
later.
a language, all right.
Yeah, it's English. And he's like, what?
It's backwards.
Shit ain't English. I heard some English.
Before this though, I don't know if it's key, but Chris basically tells Karis that Reagan killed Burke Dennings. Like Chris knows at this point.
Yeah, because she had to prod him. You know, had to say this is important. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he fully believes her though.
This was after the when she was hypnotized, right?
Oh shit!
We forgot the hypnotized part.
So
she grabs old boy by the nuts.
Old boy grabbed him by the balls.
Yeah.
And
It
also
was just a quick scene.
It was awesome though. It's like she grabbed him
We
right
did
in the
that.
nuts.
That was well early because they're like, is Captain Howdy in there? Can we
Right.
talk to Reagan?
Like, you're also hypnotized, blah, blah, blah.
Did you notice Reagan was sitting there with her hand up like Pazuzu?
Well, that was to show she's hypnotized.
That's one of
right?
those
That
things.
was the display, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. That was awesome. I was like, oh boy, got the old
And then-
candle treatment from Pieces.
And from that, where when he falls and the camera follows him falling to the ground is from Psycho. With
Nice.
the dude that falls down the steps.
Shout out to that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And then let's see, we got Karis listening to tapes. And so I never noticed this until I watched this once with the captions on. When I started watching some stuff with captions, we had littles with our bed, the TV in the room next to the little.
You had to turn it down, right?
And when Karis is listening to the tapes and it's reverse English and he starts listening in reverse, the phone rings, which holy shit, the first time I watched this and the fucking phone rings, I jumped out of my seat.
True. Sound. Good job, sound guy.
Yeah. But when the phone rings and he gets distracted and goes to pick up the phone, the tape, you can hear her go, Marin, Marin.
Fear the priest, Marin.
And it's
Good.
like, and it's like, you wouldn't hear that. Like, I never heard that. God, I never heard that until, like the captions was on. I'm like, oh, she's saying Marin.
And,
like, holy shit.
And
I never picked up on that.
Did you pick up on the foreshadowing this time around where it's like, wonderful day for the exorcism. It'll bring us closer together, right? Like they know, like it's foreshadowing. Like there's gonna be like a merge of Karis and Pazuzu, right? So it's like,
and then this is when like the church they finally agree to go through with the exorcism. You know, they get Father Marin to aid in this because this is where they explain that he was involved in one of these in Africa.
Lose my number is what I tell the church, man. If I was Marin, lose my number, dude.
Like you would think this would like. Okay, one of my very few nitpicks. One of my nitpicks is that they were like Marin was involved in this exorcism in Africa. It lasted months. Would this be worldwide news, even in like the 50s, 60s, 70s?
Not in Africa. Not in Africa for sure.
But worldwide news, like, dude, this demon was exorcised by this priest, and now he's like the expert on exorcising demons.
They kind of explained that a little bit where they said it's when the psychiatrists are like, it's the Catholic Church's dirty little secret, you know, like it's nobody wants to acknowledge that they're still doing any kind of exorcism because it seemed as like witch doctor like, right? So I think it would be kept under the rug. And as we know, the Catholic Church is good at keeping things under the rug.
Oh, no shit. But even like, but wouldn't Karis
no offense,
even know?
guys, sorry.
Because Karis is like, we haven't done that since the 16th century, but fucking Marin's done it.
I think
like,
there's
wouldn't
like
he know?
No, that's just like any other, like the military. Like there's stuff going on.
Silos.
That I don't know about. And I do stuff that other people don't know about. The Catholic Church is the same way. They're really good about keeping secrets, and the easiest way to get away with stuff is keep things compartmentalized.
Okay. I just figured something like this where they're like saved a life, they would want everyone in the world to fucking know.
I think once he gave the line, he gave the public speaking line where it's like, we don't do that anymore. But then he's like, we need evidence. So like he knows that it's still something that they'll look into with the right amount of evidence and the right amount of authority. But like you have to start with that like company line where it's like, we don't do that shit.
Right.
We don't do that anymore.
Sounds like getting GLP-1s these days. Like, you can't get it. Well, I got, I'm fat. I need it. Okay, well, here's what we got to do. So we can have it? Okay.
You just need to have an advocate to get it for you.
I would definitely not do, if I was trying to keep you from doing this, I would definitely not do this. It's like the Incredibles when he's telling her how to fill out the fright forms.
Do not line 17 on form B27.
Oh man. But I think I just
the Incredibles.
I would have just thought if like the Catholic Church like saved some life, like the Maryland boy, that shit was news. The Maryland St. Louis boy, that shit was news.
I mean, it happened in America, dude.
Even though it was all fucking fiction, but it was news.
So
and you would think
lips,
this would be something the Catholic Church would want everyone to know.
Well, he had that priest that did the exorcism had a diary, and I think it's accessible now.
Yeah, and I think they even put in there's stuff that he's just like very vague about, and that's why they're like, this didn't really happen. And even the guy was like, I was a bad kid.
Me.
But
that's what I would say too.
Also, well, I'll wait till we get through the movie, because it's a conservative movie and there's a reason why, and I'll get to that later. But so the exorcism, they get Marin on board, and then the exorcism scene is coming up. So Marin comes to the house. The shot of Marin that's on the poster, that's on the box of Marin arriving in the cab and standing by the lamp, so the street lamp, 2 days to film that.
I believe it.
It's 2 days for Friedkin to get that right.
Yeah, 100% worth it.
How many times do they have to pull that car up, him get out of the car, the lighting, the fog, to be just right? How many times did they 2 days for him to be like, we finally got it?
This movie came out
2 days,
54 years ago, something like that. 53? So we're still talking about it today, and how iconic that scene is. That is Atticus made fun of me because I said, watch this part at cinema.
If they filmed that for 2 days, how many takes? Let's just say it was 50 takes over 2 days.
Well, you only have...
How different was one of the takes versus the one they used?
You only have...
I'm sure there's some that they fucked it up, or he goes to get out of the car and his jacket gets caught or some shit. But I'm sure 5 of those takes probably look exactly like the one they picked.
Probably.
Sure, I'll say that. But whatever he chose was the right one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you only have the night. It has to be a certain level at night. Right. So that takes out when you say 2 days.
You only have 9 hours.
When you say 2 days, though, it had to be, that narrows it down.
I know.
Maybe 2 hours a day or something. Or
I get it.
Optimal.
I get it. I mean, this is a guy also that he didn't like how the bacon was sizzling when they're cooking breakfast, so he had to go send someone to go get bacon to replace the bacon they were using.
All I gotta say is I would be 700 pounds if I woke up, walked down the stairs, and had somebody making my eggs and bacon every morning. I'm like, keep it coming. Keep it coming. That'd be like Ron Swanson, give me all the bacon and bacon. Yeah.
I know.
Bacon and eggs.
What you probably heard was, give me a lot of bacon. But what I said was, give me all of the bacon and the eggs that you have.
Exactly.
So when Marin enters the house, he does not want to know Reagan's background.
Yeah.
He lays out the rules with Karis, and in the extended version, he does ask Chris one question: what is Reagan's middle name?
Teresa.
Which is Teresa, which he says that when he's doing the exorcism, uses her full name. But in the original version, they don't show that. So him asking that question, but he's he lays out the rules for Karis that there are, he's going to be manipulative. He's going to lie. You have to ignore it on all this other stuff. And, even Karis is has a question what about the multiple personalities? Do you want to know about them? And Marin's just there's only one. It's only the devil.
Right.
Don't worry about all the other
right.
shit.
The rest is bullshit. The rest is just noise. So I love it when you hear just from upstairs, you hear Marin.
Yeah.
It's I know you're here, dog.
Yep.
You can't sneak in here.
Yeah. And then Marin, he does a great job ignoring. Karis, not so much. Karis could not ignore.
Karis. And that's why he was that's why he was the mark. That's why, I know,
Yeah.
He is still beating himself up.
How cold? Oh, go ahead.
It's real quick, another tangent. The part where it's oh yeah, his mom just died. She was living by herself for a couple days. So did she go home after this facility and then die at home?
I guess.
Because she wasn't it.
I don't know.
There's that scene with his brother where I think he's expecting the brother to take care of her.
Brother's
he
the
probably
worst.
doesn't.
No, that's his uncle, her brother. But yeah, he makes him feel like shit. Just imagine if you were a hotshot psychiatrist, which he started as a priest and they sent him to psychiatry.
He went to Harvard,
right?
Because he says he learned about this stuff at Harvard,
and he smoked pot with Johnny Hopkins.
So he's a medical doctor.
He's a learned doctor,
and no, a psychiatrist.
Well, yeah. They had to go to med school, right?
Yeah, so he's double doctor.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the brothers making him feel like shit, which is like, it's all like this big pile of shit that he's eating about, like how his mom died and all that stuff, which is, I get it. He's raw.
Yeah. And he's still struggling with his faith, probably. Right. Yeah. And then when the Reagan starts talking in his mother's voice, Deemy,
why, Deemy?
What did you do,
he can't ignore it.
And it's my home.
She morphs into his mother for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Like he can't ignore
it.
And
homeboy's going to take his nitro pill.
Yeah. Talked about how cold was it? Like minus 80 on the set.
Something like
between
that.
minus 20 and 30.
They had to go to Antarctica to get those temps right.
Right. So what was it? Jason Miller and Max von Sydow were wearing wetsuits under their outfits to stay warm.
Yep.
Linda Blair did not have anything to keep her warm. She's just wearing that little nightgown. That's it.
Wow.
So there's that.
Probably some nerve damage at that point.
Jesus. Man. I know, right? And that's where I'm like, dude, minus 20, minus 30. That's the kind of temperature that, like, if you pour a bottle of water out, it freezes before it hits the ground.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, it's not really that cold. It's a fishing story. Anyway, cold can't be that cold.
It was cold.
They get through one round of the exorcism. You know, Marin, she goes to vomit. Marin cleans it up with the purple
with the scarf.
Yeah.
Don't they have bounty paper towels or something? They got any ShamWows or something?
You can't give me a washcloth or hand towel.
And then
they get through one round, and like Karras, like he can't ignore it. And like Marin asks him to leave.
Yeah,
and then so Marin starts doing the next round by himself. Comes back in. He resets everything just the way he did. He pulls out his little kit, puts the crucifix down, puts the holy water down, opens the Bible, starts going to do the Lord's Prayer, and then they cut to Karras is talking to Chris McNeil, and I feel like I don't know if I missed something, but something triggered Karras where Chris is like, you know, is she gonna die? Or because she asks one question which she says no to, then her next question, like, is Reagan gonna die? And he's like, no. And his eyes get big, and he like basically sprints up the steps.
Not on my watch.
And it's almost like, well, what did that trigger something like
Maybe.
in him to like, I better get the fuck back up there?
I think it's just not another death on my hands. Not another. Okay. I can't take it.
And then when he goes up there, Marin's dead.
Yeah,
Marin's dead, and Reagan's laughing.
Reagan has sat across from in the corner of the bed and starts laughing about it.
Yeah. Not cool, Reagan. Not cool.
Not cool at all.
Thank you for your service, Marin.
Yeah.
All right.
And then right as Marin dies, we saw that he died. She did this. Kinderman comes to the door. And Chris cracks open the door.
As Karras is running up the stairs.
Yeah. And then Chris cracks open the door and it's Kinderman.
Making mean money.
And it's like, dude, like, is he like sensing that someone else is about to die?
He was watching the in and outs going on at the house.
Was he?
I don't know if that's in the extended scene or not.
Okay.
But yeah, so he was watching the goings on in the house.
Gotcha. All right. So then Karras, you know, if Arnold Schwarzenegger was in this part, was like, come into me.
Do it. I'm right here.
Do it now. Come in me. I'm right here.
Don't say come in me. But, what if Karras was from Baltimore? He wasn't prepared.
Oh man, I wasn't ready for that one.
So yeah, this is it. So maybe the most important scene and the most conflicting, like how we're supposed to feel about this scene, right?
For sure. I mean, this is the end. This is like, is this the most incredible?
Hold on. How do we feel about the CPR efforts, guys?
Oh yeah, he skips right to like double axe handle.
He went
right on the chest.
He went Captain Kirk fight stance on this.
Oh my god, they're gonna do autopsy and we're like, he was clearly beaten to death.
He was alive.
He was beaten so hard it stopped his heart.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I was like, maybe it's like a time, like he knew he was a certain amount, like maybe with the cold and everything, he's like, I gotta hit it harder, you know. But like this was like crazy.
Yeah. The power of Christ compels you. The whole
thing. We forgot about that. Like,
she lifts off the bed, and the whole thing. It just, I don't know how they couldn't hide the wires from the spider walk scene, but they hid the wires from her lifting off the bed like 4 feet off the bed.
Madame Tussauds in New York has a cool replication of that scene where it's floating in the priest are there. Yeah, I love it.
What's Bill Murray saying Ghostbusters? She sleeps on top of the covers, 4 feet on top of the covers.
Yeah, good one.
Stuff. And then, he goes into Karis, and Karis, I think, was Karis about to kill Reagan, but then realizes what's happening. So he jumps out the window.
Yes, Pazuzu was going to kill Karis or Reagan.
Yes,
and then
because he's like no, and he jumps out the window.
Right. So
pulls a Burke.
So my interpretation of this is like that would have been if he would have seen Reagan die, or if he would have killed Reagan, that would have been the final corruption of his soul. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that and just like freaking saved her. By jumping out, martyrdom, right? He jumped out the window, killed himself. Not martyrs, guys.
No, thank God.
Martyrdom, dumb martyrs, and jumped out the window and died, which is against the rules, big time in the Catholic Church.
But how does that? Why didn't Pazuzu just go right back into Reagan? How does that stop her being possessed?
I think you would have had to restart the whole grooming or whatever you have to do to get into that sphere. Like
he's hidden rules.
He took it on.
Or
jumped
maybe
out the window.
When he goes into Karis, that's him resetting, and Karis, I think, has a moment of clarity before it's completely
post-jump clarity.
Over. And
so do you think Pazuzu doesn't have the option, doesn't have the choice that if someone accepts and begs him,
that's
he
why
has
there's
to
a
go
second
into
and
them?
a third
I
one
think
of these.
that act was at least stunned Pazuzu, made Pazuzu, and I think they jetted. Right after this, they were like, "We'll figure that shit out later."
Where do the demons go when they're not possessing people?
Did Pazuzu? This is one of my questions, that I was thinking about. Did Pazuzu accomplish the mission? He killed Marin.
It depends. Which
Marin's dead.
I read that
Karis dead. Doesn't need Reagan anymore. Reagan
I read that Blatty
is a pawn in the game to
Blatty
get them there.
So the author Blatty was saying the mission would have been to kill Marin and to ultimately corrupt this soul, this innocent soul, right? So in that sense, no. But I think it's, call that a moral victory
the next
for Pazuzu.
Day. I guess it's
a moral victory.
I don't know if it's the next day, but Chris says something to Father Dyer, she doesn't remember anything.
Doesn't remember shit.
She's still scarred. She's still bruised, but she doesn't remember any of the possession that took place. So it's her mind wasn't a part of it, but which thank God for her. But she's still got to be like, why am I bruised and scarred and have cuts?
Why do I have these bandages everywhere? Yeah.
Sure. And then, but
she healed pretty quick.
Yeah. So, and I think we mentioned earlier, you mentioned it, the scene where Father Dyer gives Karis his last rites.
Father Dyer's assuming that it was a suicide. Yeah. Father Dyer doesn't know what's going on, really. He's assuming,
he was just down there.
Confess your sin of this, act before you die so you can go to. And that brings back the holy death, the Saint Joseph thing. That because it was a martyrdom and not a suicide, it became a holy death and not a
right. And then they drive away, and Father Dyer kind of looks up at the window, and that's it. That's the movie, and
there's a quick
great
little back and forth with Kinderman that game.
That's in the extended version.
Shit.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, there's some.
That's the only one I own, guys.
Skittering sound.
He talks about going to see Wuthering Heights, and Jackie Gleason's in it, which is
Jackie
another callback to.
That's a funny little,
Jason Miller's grandfather or father or father-in-law is Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, which these
Wuthering Heights.
He's bullshitting that he doesn't know what movie he wants to take them to pick their brain. He's just making shit up. Wuthering Heights with Jackie Gleason and so. He's like, I've seen it, which a double lie. Right?
He laughed because
that's what
he made it up. So obviously he didn't see it. Yeah,
right.
Othello with Groucho Marx. I was like, bullshit, man.
Right.
All right, so let's jump to. Our fourth chair, Atticus, has joined us. He is our resident young person.
That is me.
Young.
Our resident evil, if you will.
And Atticus, let me start with this. When was the first time you watched The Exorcist? Was it for this, or have you seen it before?
No, I saw it one other time. Well, yeah, one other time with my dad. And when I watched it at first with my dad, I thought it was a little overhyped. So
damn.
The second time I watched it, I learned to appreciate it a little more, and then the third time, I appreciate the cinema.
He made fun of me, laugh, because that scene where Father Karras was opposite the statue of Pazuzu, I was like, you got to watch this. It's cinema. And he goes, really, Dan?
It's cinema. Like the Scorsese.
Right, exactly.
Total cinema. So did this movie, you said it was overhyped. Like, was it scary? You've seen stuff like The Conjuring, Insidious. You've seen other stuff that's more modern, more than some of these classics. Like, this was probably the scariest thing ever in 1973. We talked about it earlier. When I saw it in the late 90s, it was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. Like, would you just consider this scary? Like, or at least like so much tension, like that you were nervous throughout?
I thought that it made me jump like once or twice, but I honestly thought that the newest Exorcist Believers, was scarier.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's better, but
I'm
it was
sorry,
scarier.
guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for him.
It was more scary.
The power of Christ compels you. You will love The Exorcist.
Okay,
honestly,
go ahead and elaborate on that. What was they did Chris dirty in the newest Exorcist? I'm not gonna lie. Did you see the newest Exorcist?
No.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
David Gordon Green hates horror movies.
He likes to shit on like legacy stuff, right? But
yeah, they fired him. There's gonna be another trilogy like Halloween, and they fired him after this one.
Anyway, so what was more effective in the new one, or did it just feel more modern and felt?
Well, wait. For me, it kind of like more relatable. She lost her mom. That's why she was trying to do this thing to try to talk to her mom, right?
Okay.
But for Reagan's case, she was like, "Do you think my mom is pretty?"
That's hilarious. Okay, she got jokes for her mom. Captain Howdy had jokes,
but like,
I think that almost dumbed it down too much. Like, there's a point where you're wondering in the original Exorcist, like, who's Captain Howdy? How'd they choose Reagan? Like, when you say, here's what I'm trying to do, it's almost spoon feeding you a little bit. I don't know. That's my thoughts on it.
It was still scary though.
Yeah, I mean,
it was more scary. It was more grotesque than this.
I don't know.
Yeah, and
it had a lot more gore.
Did he
There's
stab
more
himself
gore
in
and
the
all
crotch
that
with a
stuff,
crucifix?
I mean,
you can't beat that scene.
Would you call that a crucifix? Sorry, I can't.
I am now for the rest of time.
To quote Chris, Jesus Christ.
Were there any chapel gangers in this?
You know, an Exorcist believer, I don't think there's any quotes like "your mother sucks cocks in hell." Fuck me, lick me, all that good stuff.
No quotes like
Shove
that.
it up your ass, Karras. You know, that's not in there.
Do you know what she did?
A couple of the F slurs are not in there.
Your bunting daughter.
Is she a ball player now?
In my book, she is.
You know, so fun story about Exorcist Believer is Ellen Burstyn. She's not in the second one. She's not in the third one. She was like, I'm not coming back for any of this. So for Believer, they offered her money and she said no. They offered her
is that
more
the
money.
one with the two girls?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, good.
They offered her more money. She said no. They offered
both
her
Linda Blair and Ellen Burstyn.
They offered her what she self-proclaims was an absurd, ridiculous amount of money. Yeah. And then she said, double that and I'll do it.
Damn.
So I don't know how much the dollar amount was, but basically like the third offer was not enough. And she said, make me a ridiculous amount of money and then double it and I'll do it. But then she took all that money and like donated it to.
Good for her.
Yeah. Donated it to good
Love
causes.
Ellen Burstyn.
So yeah. That's the only reason she's in it, because they paid her a fuck ton of money.
So they paid the charity.
She paid, yeah. Otherwise, and yeah,
I would have looked at that script.
Fucking
and been
did
like,
her fucking.
I'd have looked at the script and been like, "No way, I would have gotten that close to these girls and got my eyeballs." You know, whatever. I'm not gonna.
No.
You know,
so that's the only reason she's in that.
Spoiler alert: something with eyeballs. He lived though, because then we see Linda Blair at the end. Spoiler again.
What was your favorite part of this one, Atticus? The original here.
My favorite part was probably when he had a boxing fight with Pazuzu.
He was punching Reagan in the face. We glossed over.
Yeah, no. That wasn't Linda Blair. That was the other actress, the double. But yeah. No, that was, dude, what else are you going to do?
I mean, you got to punch the shit out of him.
I'll punch the demon out, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes violence is the answer.
It was then. It at least
like,
flipped the table. Like like we had seen Karis being like the one that was getting under his skin. They were getting under his skin, but now this one may be punching in the face.
Yeah.
Got under Pazuzu's skin.
Yeah. And they set that up because they have the little 3-second scene of him at the boxing gym punching the heavy bag. I mean, that's foreshadowing. Like that's the kind of shit that like experts would do. You wouldn't just have her you wouldn't have him just beating up Reagan. You would have to have this little establishing shot. Like and the same thing. You have to have this little establishing shot that he's a boxer, he punches, he trains like a boxer. So you can have that shot to make it seem seem real that he would do that to her. And then the same thing with the Iraq sequence. You have to have Marin taking his heart pills and be shaking so that they can later he can die because he's got a heart problem, because they've established he has a heart problem. You don't set up the one with something that takes 2 seconds. The next thing that's a major plot point makes no sense.
Right.
And that's what masters that this shit do.
And the throwaway line at the time where it's like, this will bring us closer together. The exorcism thing. Yeah. Lovely day for an exorcism. Right. Where Reagan says that to Karis. It's a lovely day for an exorcism. And he goes, well, don't you not want that to happen? Don't you want to stay in Reagan? He's like, no, it'll bring us closer together. That's foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Did you watch this
I did not think that was too...
It was. Was it? Don't question it.
I thought it was talking about like him and Reagan for some reason.
Nope.
Did you watch this with your girlfriend?
Yeah, she was asking too many questions.
That's
like literally
worst.
at the beginning of the movie, she was like, "What's happening?"
Typical. If you keep watching, they will tell you.
I know. I said that. I said, "I don't know."
Yeah, the northern Iraq part is the part that's hard to get through, but important.
I told her the wrong place.
What'd you say?
Israel.
Jesus Christ. It says it on the screen.
It says northern
Iraq.
Right. Well, anyway, in my defense,
they were just making out the whole time. They didn't watch
first
this
of all,
shit.
No, because I remember she kept laughing at Reagan.
Oh, poor Rick. Don't laugh at her.
Especially like when she was
rid of her.
When she was levitating. The levitating.
Was she Dua Lipa levitating? That was
she found
Dua Lipa.
Very funny.
All right.
So
Charlie closed his laptop. That means we got to close this thing up.
we got more to do.
Okay. It just means he doesn't have any more notes.
Right. All right. I don't know if we answered this. I mean, we may have, but why Reagan?
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is a story about Marin and Karis, right? Pazuzu being the master manipulator he is. I guess if he figures he can get to Reagan, which means Reagan will get to Chris. And we know Chris is tied to Karis through him showing up at her film shoots, through her seeing him on her walks home often, and knowing she seeks him out by asking Father Dyer, like, who is this priest that I always see when I'm walking home? That's Father Karis, psychiatrist, whatever. And then if you get to Karis, then he can get to Marin, and that is Pazuzu's goal, is to get to Marin.
Okay.
So Reagan
it's just written that way.
Is Reagan just a pawn in this game?
I have looked up, I've did this whole thing. Like, how is the audience supposed to reconcile the extreme amount of coincidences that would need to take place for these two people in the same place at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, there's a difference between coincidence and divine predestination type of things, where it's like,
or in this case,
one
satanic intervention.
Sure. One, Pazuzu is able to tap into destiny, right? Like, meaning, like, I know we are going to meet at this point, and that's foreshadowed at the beginning with the St. Joseph medallion and the Pazuzu. So it's all about this is going to happen no matter what. We got to put these two forces at the right place at the right time for this epic last battle, right? And Reagan just happened to be the inn, right? But it's hard. It's hard to wrap my head around so many things that are like, you don't know that, like, Chris is going to go to the psychiatrist who's going to tell her to go to the Exorcist, and like is going to call Marin, and it's, Atticus has his hand up. It's serious.
So my thing was, I think she knew that the mom.
Who's she? Pazuzu?
Is Pazuzu a guy or a
guy?
girl?
It has a dick.
Snake dick.
Snake dick.
Anyway, I thought Pazuzu knew that the mom of Reagan,
right,
whose name is
Chris
for Charlie, it's Chris
for Charlie.
I thought that Pazuzu knew Chris knew
So it's not just that, but it also knew that this Karis was vulnerable as shit. Like this vulnerable, like
it didn't necessarily know.
Oh,
that.
it knew.
Didn't know.
It knew.
Did it?
And I think that.
So can Pazuzu can't just go at Marin because he's a man of the cloth, right?
Well, Pazuzu can't go at Marin because Marin kicked his ass already.
Yeah.
Marin.
Oh, right.
Old guy.
The other
So,
one,
like-
with the other exorcist. Yeah.
So Marin kicked his ass, and it's like
He can't go right into Karis because
there's enough faith.
Because
I
he's a
think a
boxer.
child is more
compelling of a story.
vulnerable. Definitely more
For
compelling
writing a
story.
book.
Right, and based on a book, right?
This was based on a book.
Yeah.
The book, The Exorcist.
Anyway,
written
so
by the same guy that wrote the
So
movie.
I think it's more. It's that whole corruption of the most innocent spirit too. Is more of a compelling, right? Like you said, it's like a.
So it's part she's a pawn in this game.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
part
the pawn. Yeah.
It makes for a better story.
Yes,
I think that's a trope with a lot of movies, like Boy with Striped Pajamas. They
Why are you going all dark on us, man?
Well,
That's
that's
the
what I'm trying to show.
Holocaust
They
movie,
use
right?
kids.
He's trying to show
because
he's learned doctor.
This is a house of learned doctors.
Creepier music, Tubular Bells or the Halloween theme.
That's what I was going to ask. It's very similar, but
well, they're both played on piano. Otherwise, they sound completely different.
Because they paid somebody to do this and it wasn't just John Carpenter doing it, I'm going to say the Tubular Bells. No, I'm just joking. I don't. I think
both
Exorcist
are unsettling.
Very similar. Yeah.
If I hear Tubular Bells, I'm just like, can you listen to something else?
Do you think it was weird that they busted that out during her walk through Georgetown and not just for the first time when the Exorcist shows up in the taxi?
Yeah.
Because it didn't match what was going on around her necessarily, but it's a creepy song.
I haven't thought about that, but yeah, it's just creepy. Like the Halloween theme, needle drops with it throughout Halloween at different times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think John Carpenter stole that?
No.
Unknowable.
No, they sound different completely.
Yeah, that's like what Vanilla Ice
It's not.
said.
It's not a Vanilla Ice. And David
Dun,
Bowie
dun,
situation.
dun.
Yeah. No. Oh wait, who was Vanilla Ice and who was it?
Queen and David Bowie.
David Bowie. Okay, I was right. Yeah, I said David Bowie. Yeah. Okay. Which kill was best? There's only two, right?
Yeah. Burke was off screen.
Burke was off screen, so
That's what's my.
well, there's three.
Karras killed himself.
Yeah.
And then Marin. They were all off screen. We didn't see any of them.
There's
die.
one
We saw
on
Marin.
screen.
We throws them. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it'd have to be
So it's
Karras, right?
The other two are off screen.
I thought Marin died. Like
Marin died, but we didn't see him die. We saw him dead.
He was like,
He was alive when he left the room, then he came back.
How old do you think he was when he shot that movie?
how old Marin was?
Yeah.
He was probably like, I don't know. How old are you, Dad?
Oh my gosh. I'm 45, sir.
Probably like 45.
He was about 40. He was younger than me actually when he shot that.
44. Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makeup.
Dad, what happened? to
Good
you?
makeup.
Yeah.
Incredible makeup.
Good makeup.
He had to wear that makeup in the Iraq sequences where it was 130 degrees outside.
Blech.
They said when every day when you take it off, it was like a river of sweat poured out. It's gross.
He was probably looking forward to that fridge scene.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, the two extreme temps. You have like 130 degrees in Iraq where he's got to film, and then he's like minus 30 in the other room where he's got to film.
Whoa. What was that?
Trying to find the music for Exorcist versus Halloween, but
No, people know what it sounds like.
I
You
don't know
do all
how.
that.
I'm not going to lie.
That's okay. You can look it up on your own time.
look it up on your own. Yeah, we're running in borrowed
Hey,
time here.
Could you escape this? I mean, it's not that kind of movie. I don't
not-
know.
it is
Be,
like
be
a-
atheist? Is that how you
Right.
escape?
No, because that would actually hurt you, right?
Because if you don't believe, you can't.
So,
see.
like,
can you be possessed if you
Yeah.
don't believe?
I think so.
I think
No,
Reagan did
you have to
really-
believe.
Do you?
Cap.
That's
Reagan?
what it says in the movie.
No, it did not.
Because they were asking her, are you religious?
And they said no, right?
She's like, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone was a little bit in the 70s.
That's true.
Right.
I think a child. is
Everybody's a
not
little
religious.
Catholic. In the
Oh, well.
Not be religious.
All right, gore score.
Nah, I mean, a lot more implied than shown. Like even like the scenes where stabbing across, there was not like it was like blood stains on clothing. It wasn't like
It was on her face and stuff too.
blood on faces and stuff, but it wasn't like close ups and longer shots.
Yeah. There's a scene where Chris's face is totally
Oh,
covered
yeah.
in blood. Dude,
know where it's
the
from.
fucking the carotid artery needle that
Okay,
shit's
that was
spurting out.
gross. That-
Oof. There's a pool of blood when Karras is at the bottom of the steps.
Mhm.
Yep.
His head wasn't twisted around there.
No.
There was
heads do twist in
the
this.
makeup on her face and the
slashes
and stuff. So it's like 2, 3. Where we go?
I gave it like a 2.5.
How about like if there's a shocking factor, that's like up there. But like if it's just a straight up gore score, like we're used to.
I said 3.5.
Okay,
3.
I'm fine with 3. Yeah,
I'll do 3.
Good.
What did I say?
3.
I said 2.5. You said 2. 3.
Okay.
3.5.
3 it is. Who's the dumbest character?
Burke.
Burke, easily Burke. Especially if he's.
But like I think part of it was
is Burke a
Pazuzu
weasel?
influence. What?
Burke's the drunk director.
Would be a weasel in that role?
No.
Is there even a weasel in this movie?
There's no weasel except like
don't
the
think so.
maybe the doctor that's gaslighting the shit
No,
out of
the
her,
uncle. The uncle's a weasel.
That uncle that makes Karis feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put her in a better place?
He could be up in a penthouse. 5th Avenue.
Yeah, you know, Burke, he just comes into your party and gets drunk and starts calling her assistant a Nazi. And
I think he was corrupted. I think he was corrupted.
Not good. Not good stuff. By Burke.
That is actually a good theory.
I think he was like the dogs. I think he was corrupted by the president.
Yeah. Okay.
But still, he's still pretty dumb.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Good.
Does he seem like a good director?
No.
Like he seems too infatuated with Chris to like know what anybody else is doing in that scene to watch for anything.
It's good enough.
Okay. I mean, didn't De Palma date Nancy Allen? Married her, I think. I mean, he directed her.
Yeah, Tim Burton.
Carrie. That shit was
married
awesome.
that one girl.
Helena Bonham. I think they were just
Helena Bonham Carter. Yeah. I mean, there's people directed their spouses and girlfriends.
But Burke looks
boyfriends.
distracted.
You know, Burke looks distracted. He's a hot mess.
He was a bad director beforehand.
Chris McNeil can do way better than fucking
It's like
Burke.
Annie McDowell and John Hurt had a baby.
I mentioned there was like no comedy in this, but I did like the line,
the alien pubic hair,
where the line where I think where Karis is drunk and his buddy Father Dyer like takes his whiskey and is like, I'm saving you from temptation, and Karis is like, stealing is a sin.
The Chivas Regal.
that was funny. It's like the only funny thing in this movie.
Yeah.
But no, that was funny. But
Kinderman was kind of funny, but yeah,
he cute, wasn't really funny.
He tried. He thought he was funny.
Was Reagan from Baltimore? You're gonna die up there.
She's from St. Louis, isn't she? Not Reagan.
You know his Baltimore. You know.
Yeah.
You're gonna die up there.
Up there, hon. The phone call. Who's on the phone?
Some fun facts. All right, we talked about that one. We talked about that.
Talked about not fun facts.
We talked about that one. Oh, okay. Here's one. In this one of the scenes in the background when she's at the doctor, I think in the carotid artery needle scene, one of the doctors in the background, I think is an extra or whatever. That guy would later be charged with murder of a film critic. He spent 20 years in jail. While he was in jail, he bragged about murdering 6 other gay men and dismembering their bodies. Though those facts could never be proven, he was never charged with those murders. He was released from jail in 2003. Friedkin later directed Cruising, which focuses on Pacino going undercover, searching for a killer in the gay community.
Do you think inspired? Any kind of?
I don't know.
Unknowable.
But
weird. William Friedkin passed away.
Yeah. So another thing where there's like, this is a cursed set. Like one of the guys on the set fucking turned out to be a murderer.
Pazuzu got him.
Yeah. Warner Brothers wanted to change the title of the movie when they conducted a survey, and nobody knew what an exorcist was. They didn't say what they wanted to change the title to, but The Exorcist is like the perfect title.
Dumbass suits.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like you should call it
a lot of that.
You should call it Green Vomit.
Go outside, nerd. Leave me to the movie industry.
Wait, do we know how? This is just a question. I know it's Pazuzu, but how did Pazuzu get found out? Like, how do we know his name is Pazuzu?
That's a good question because Mike answered it a little earlier. We don't find out his name's Pazuzu until
part 2.
Part 2 is when it says Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
Yeah, that's when they mention it for the first time. Unless it's mentioned in the novel, but it's not mentioned in this movie at all.
Before we end, I will come up with who Pazuzu was, but go ahead and on your thing.
The woman in the carriage in the Iraq sequence that almost runs over Marin.
She looks scared as fuck.
She was 109 years old.
Oh my God.
They did 6 takes of that, and Friedkin said that by the end she was pretty shook up.
Come on, Friedkin.
You fucking think? It's 109 years old. It's 130 degrees outside. You got to run around a carriage at 70 miles an hour.
Do it again.
God damn.
God.
Oh my God.
This is my last fun fact.
So we're walking away with those. The biggest takeaway is that Friedkin was an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Freaking asshole.
To test the turning head dummy that they used, they went and took this thing out into a New York City cab, and then they would come up to like a red light, and if someone looked over at it, they would hit the switch to turn the head. And if the people were like, it was a silly response, they went and knew they had to go fix the makeup and make it look better.
That's good. I like that.
Once they got the reaction of, oh shit, like a scared reaction from people, then they knew they had the right look of the dummy.
Okay.
That's smart.
So that's
Very smart.
pretty outside the box. That's awesome. Some of the other sound stuff too is really awesome. Like, I don't know how they come up with this shit, but like they were like, the sound of something was like some guy took his wallet and like cracked it like
with credit cards
to the microphone, and then they amped that shit up like 20 decibels. Or another one was like the sound of a bandsaw flying through the air. And
I never heard that sound.
I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, where do they come up with this shit? Like another one, like they trapped like bees in a jar. Like that was the sound of something.
Shit in a jar.
One of the growls that they got was like the sound guy's girlfriend was on set one day, and she like fell asleep on a couch like face down, and so they snuck over and put a mic like near her head while she was asleep. And then he just like runs across the room and jumped on her back and like scared the shit out of her. That was one of the growls that they got on tape that they used.
That was one of the 9 cast members that died during the filming of this.
There's a lot of back injuries in this movie. Making of this, I don't know. But
all right, do we want to learn about Pazuzu before we leave?
Real quick, and then we got to do Hall of Fame, and then we'll get out of here.
Pazuzu comes from ancient Assyrian and Babylonian mythology, dating back to 8th through 7th centuries BCE. Remember, it's backwards, so
before
8th through
Christ.
7th. Kind of. He was considered a demon king, specifically the demon of the southwest wind. He was associated with scorching heat, dust storms, droughts, locust swarms, and famine. Ancient depictions match how he appears in The Exorcist, a terrifying hybrid creature with a human body, a roaring lion or dog face, eagle-like talons, a scorpion tail, a snake-headed phallus. Good call, guys. You guys must.
I didn't notice the scorpion tail.
You guys must have zoomed in on his. They zoomed in on his snake-headed dick, and 4 feathered wings. He was actually used as a protective guardian back in the day, though. So, but we, take some liberties.
Yeah.
Did Pazuzu fuck?
Oh, he did.
He's big dick swinging.
Gosh,
it's got a mind of its own, you could say.
Oh, it does. It had a head.
William Friedkin. William Friedkin.
Hall of Fame. In his own right, almost. French Connection in this is a banging too, right?
Right.
Not a horror movie.
Not right. But horror.
He directed
probably not
one of the greatest horror movies ever.
We haven't had the Kubrick debate on horror, but I'm gonna probably say no when we get to it, because
is one movie enough?
No, I don't. No, I don't think it can be with director, right?
Yeah,
but character can be.
Yeah,
Jack Torrance,
McCurdy.
McCready, yeah. Huh. So no, okay. What are your thoughts? Yes, I mean it's one of the best.
It's the best
5 horror movies ever made. Right?
It's easily one of the best 3.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Is Jaws up there in your list for 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so Spielberg, we had to talk about Spielberg. It's just not enough in that genre, right?
I don't know.
To make our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we may have to.
We'll have to litigate that during the Jaws podcast.
I do think for a horror Hall of Fame that counts against you if you've done 1 or 2, and when other people have done like Carpenter,
right?
Or
that's all he does.
Craven, Carpenter,
Craven, Carpenter, Romero, Cronenberg. All these other guys.
Did Sam
Hitchcock,
Raimi get in there?
Raimi's in. We put him in first class. Yeah. So
Romero, he'll be.
Romero's coming. He'll be in. Yeah,
he'll be in.
Spoiler alert.
Speaking of, if anybody wants to join Charlie, meet up with Charlie in the Pennsylvania Mall of Dead, he'll be there soon.
But I think it's going to come to a time where we're going to have to talk about if you've waited your time and you have one of the best, is that good?
And maybe it's 4th class. Maybe it's 4th year of inductions. Yeah. Maybe. What do you think, Charlie?
Maybe.
Pork chop?
Yeah.
Pork chop.
Not pork chop, workshop.
Is the killer a Hall of Famer? Are we talking about
Pazuzu's
Pazuzu?
dope,
The devil.
right?
Immortal? He's not mortal, right?
He's immortal.
He's immortal.
He's
right?
immortal.
Yeah, it's a
He's demortal. Get it? Like demon, mortal.
You got
nice
Exorcist,
try.
Exorcist 2, Exorcist 3, because he's in all
Is
of
it
them.
all Pazuzu? It's all Pazuzu.
Is it all Pazuzu, or
Yeah.
are we talking about the devil?
So Pazuzu's different than
it's-
the devil.
Yeah. Right.
He says he's the devil, but he's like, that's
lies.
another thing like the holy water, where it's like everybody claims to be Napoleon Bonaparte. Remember, that's what Karis said. But like
Right.
everybody saying you're the devil is lazy, basically. Lazy crazy. That's what I call Charlie, lazy crazy.
Well, what if like Pazuzu was trying to make it seem like Reagan was trying to lie, like in the Conjuring?
Yeah, no, he was. He's trying to keep Karis at an indefinite doubt, like at a doubt stage, right? And so that's why he's like,
But is Pazuzu?
is Pazuzu the goat? No.
I don't know.
Is Pazuzu the devil? No. Pazuzu, maybe. They
don't even name him in
it's
the
a
best
consider-
movie of the franchise.
That's true. That's true. We don't even know his name until later.
Well, I mean, Jason Voorhees isn't Jason until the second
Kill
movie.
him, mommy.
Right.
Kill him.
You know?
There's a
in the
boy
Hall of
named
Fame.
Jason.
Okay.
True.
Maybe. It's a short list.
Short list? Okay.
Short list.
We'll shortlisted. Any heroes or protagonists? Father Karras is already in. Chris McNeil? What do you think about her?
I like her a lot, but I don't think she did enough to make herself.
She wasn't a hero.
She did eventually she's like, F you guys. I'm going to see an exorcist, right? So that's important, but I don't think she did enough.
Okay.
No.
All right. I'm good with that.
She
Anyone
should've
else?
left.
Is Marin? I don't think Marin's in it enough either. And he dies.
I wish Maren was.
But
Did Maren really?
Karras is the one. Karras jumps out the window, man.
I almost wish. Are the prequels about Maren? Did they do a movie about his
Dominion,
battle in
maybe.
Africa?
Dominion, maybe.
I need to watch some of these.
Dominion's bad. It's so bad.
It is.
I only watched it once and it's bad. But Karras comes back, I think, in 3 because he is.
Wait, how?
He's possessed again by Pazuzu, but it's a take on
What?
it's a take
Hold
on the
on.
Zodiac killer, but he's
He
called
never
the Gemini
died.
killer. So he's like the Gemini killer.
That's dumb.
He survived the stairfall.
He was alive when I left him. When the movie left him, he was
Exorcist 3
alive.
is solid. Check out Exorcist 3.
Okay.
It's solid.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 sucks. 3's good.
I gotta watch.
Not as good as this. This is all time.
Is
I
it
don't
like
know if
every
you
other?
know. I would not be able to watch 3 without 2. I would have to
Yeah,
power
same.
through 2.
Yeah,
Like
do it.
Two's
All right.
two's well cast. It's got James Earl Jones.
Linda
Blair's
yeah.
back. It's well cast.
Just not a good movie.
It's just not a good movie. No. Movie props. Any movie props you want to put in the Hall
The
of Fame?
thermometer at
crucifix.
the office. Did you see that thermometer? I was like, what the hell is that
Oh
thing?
my God.
Or was that in the extended cut where she
The little Pazuzu head.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
the-
must.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a must. Would you recognize the St. Joseph
The
medallion?
big statue or the
Probably
mini?
wouldn't. Both.
The little one or the big one?
The big one, is that gonna be in the lobby as you walk into the horror?
I mean, it's only man's.
It's going to be in my front
human
yard.
size.
yeah.
Marin stands right across from it, so it's about a little bit shorter
Yeah.
than he is.
What about the scarf? Would you recognize the scarf that he wiped up?
Just like a Catholic, whatever.
It
you
had
know,
green goo on it.
Yeah, for sure. If it had green goo on it.
maybe.
Then he made him put it back on. Man.
Bloody cross.
Right.
Atticus
Watched
said
him
the
sing.
crucifix. I agree with that. You got to have a bloody crucifix.
I was just fine with the regular crucifix.
I want the one with the blood on it.
I would
Crucifixes
like
are in a bunch of
I want
movies.
the,
How
one,
about-
I want the one with Reagan's DNA on it. No?
How about the desecrated Virgin
It's
Mary?
fake. It's fake blood.
It is. It is.
The desecrated.
Oh, the
Desecrated
Yeah.
Virgin Mary
That's
with them weird old long snake tits and.
fucking Madonna bra.
I love it. I love it. Let's put it in.
Let's put it. It's desecrated Virgin Mary.
We're gonna half the people are not gonna. They're gonna protest coming to our Hall of Fame now. Don't go in there.
The clay animals she makes. Actually, you got to fill Atticus in. I want to see his face. The theory is in the book. Apparently, Reagan desecrated the statue. Same clay she uses for her.
No.
Well, the thing. So in the book,
It's in the book. It's
You
true.
think-
Yeah.
Kinderman finds the clay that they used at the desecration of the church when he's over at the McNeil's house. he sees the clay statues and gets a piece of the clay, and then they forensics match it up that it's the same clay. So he puts it together that it's
clay's clay.
So that was her.
No. There's
It was
each
Reagan.
clay has a different composition, right?
It could be
It's Reagan sleepwalking. It's in the book, or it's heavily implied.
Possessed walking.
Is this actual thing?
Yeah, in
yes,
the book.
in the book, not the movie.
But aren't you glad that it didn't show us her doing it because it made it more?
The only thing they
I
say
would
in
have
the
rather
movie,
just show it.
If she'd like spider walked along the wall.
I think a remake would show it.
Okay,
and I think it's better.
You can start
they
working
don't.
on it.
No,
I
think it's
agree
better
with
they
Mike.
don't.
Shouldn't remake.
Leave that ambiguous
because it would be a bunch of CGI and
Okay,
Pazuzu would be
your CGI
less scary. You know what? That's a compliment.
All right, where?
What about for back to Hall of Fame props? Marin's kit, like Marin's little
The
kit
Exorcist
with
kit is
with
dope.
the crucifix and the holy water.
Everybody needs a
It's not just a little bit of thing. It's like the little thing with the holy water like has the cross on it too.
Everybody needs an Exorcist kit, right?
The kit,
Right.
Yeah,
Vampire Slayer kit.
right.
The Pazuzu statue. What about anything like Karis has, like the Georgetown jacket, the sweats that say Georgetown?
Nah.
I would recognize it, but I don't know if it deserves to be in.
No. Okay.
I'd
I'd be like, isn't Rocky from Philadelphia?
Rocky didn't go to Georgetown. I don't know. That's all right. I'm not a Georgetown fan anyway, but whatever.
You're not a Hoyas fan, Patrick Ewing?
No, Maryland and Georgetown had a big, rivalry in the 80s and 90s, and then they stopped playing each other for like 20 years because Georgetown was like, no, we don't want to play that anymore.
That's like when you guys joined the Big Ten.
Yeah, that was
get away
stupid.
from Duke.
That's not what
To get away from Duke.
they did it for money.
Dad.
And it's fucking ruined everything.
I'm kidding.
I mean, college sports is
Beating
a farce
us.
at these days, but
Well,
whatever.
college football arguably is
No,
better
it's-
than NBA.
Well, that's not
That's
hard to
different.
do.
All right.
College
Well,
basketball is better than
stop.
NBA.
Just stop. Okay.
But no, it's ridiculous. Anyway, this is not the podcast for that.
Right. We'll cut down.
That'll be a new podcast.
So that's it. Any other thoughts?
Oh
Final
my
thoughts on
gosh.
The Exorcist? Atticus,
Nothing.
we'll start with you.
I gave it out of 5,
Yes.
a 4 out of respect.
We don't respect things around here.
We do.
Charlie, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. It's a classic for a reason. It's a goat. It's on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I love
It's
it.
It's on mine.
It's a good watch
Yeah.
every time.
If we're going on a 5,
Justin?
it's a 5 out of 5.
It's a 5
and
out of
it
5.
gets you find more things each time you watch it. Like I said, like you start focusing less on. Atticus, do you remember like the first time you watched it? Is all you remembered the exorcism scene, pretty much?
I remember the scene where like they were talking. Psst, 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 psst.
Who's talking? What are you
The
talking?
priest.
The
We're
priest?
talking at the church.
When she walks by,
Yeah,
she hears part of it, but then,
when
then
Father
a car
Karras is-
Like a
drowns
truck
out
drives
the
by.
rest
because I
of it.
thought it was like they were trying to kill
Set it up.
someone.
Yeah, but like each time you watch it, you focus on something different. Like you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch what Father Karras is going through more, or I'm gonna watch how did Pazuzu get into this. Like you're looking for something different, and I like that in a movie where it's like, if I'm gonna watch it, I don't want to be bored watching the same thing over.
Yeah. And you realize, I think, that it's more about Marin and Karis, and that Reagan is kind of just the pawn in it.
Right.
You watch it a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's inspired so many other movies since then. It's unfortunate that William Friedkin is kind of a dickhead.
He passed away, I think. 8 years ago, right? Or something.
He was like 88 when he died. But still, I mean, he did some dickhead things to people. People got hurt, and it sucks. And I don't think that should be held against the final product, because the final product is a fucking masterpiece. So
this scene where Father Dyer goes down the stairs and like is praying for Father Karras, slapped him in the face before he hit said action.
Slap Father Karras?
Dyer in the face with
The director slapped the actor in the face
So he
to
looks-
get a better look.
So he looks sadder and like more
he's
shaken
shaking.
up.
He's
Yeah.
shaking when he's doing the like north, south,
He
east,
said,
west
"Do you
thing.
trust me?" And then he just slapped him in the face. Friedkin passed away in 2023, 87 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing movie.
Patrick Ewing is in part 3, by the way.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, he is.
That is awesome.
Georgetown Ties.
Oh, wait, you watched Space Jam. You didn't watch.
Oh, yeah.
That was Space Jam.
That was Space
No,
Jam.
Patrick Ewing's in
Okay.
part 3. All right. That's The Exorcist, guys. Do you think we did it justice?
I think we hopefully because
I hope we did it justice.
I think time
so.
on it.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Oh, we had to. This is a big one. This is a big one. This is we won't maybe do it one. We might only have one or two other movies that are this big that we ever do.
You're right.
The Shining's going to be a big one. What else do we
Jaws.
say? Jaws is going to be a huge.
I'm surprised his like Pieces wasn't a big one. I thought that one was
maybe the
re-pieces.
Re-pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Is that an actual movie?
I don't know.
It should be. It should be. The sequel should be Reese's.
Go find it.
Right. Well, I mean, this pod's going on about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I have the next pick, and I hope to go just as long with my next pick, guys.
This is a super special episode coming up, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, we're gonna have a real legit guest on this one. We're gonna do My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, the original,
the OG from 1981. Okay. That's my pick for our next film. Bob Rose, who hosts the Writers Blockbusters podcast, is going to be on with us. His podcast is him and two other guys, Jamie Nash and Jimmy George, who look at the final product of a movie as the script. And they are screenwriters. Jimmy George, Jamie Nash are screenwriters, and they talk about the screenwriting craft. Bob Rose, the filmmaker who hosts that show with them. There's something called Bondo Baltimore that you can check out, where they take some classic movies, maybe some classic trash movies like Jason X, like Pieces, like this, and show them again in the theater with some Q&A to follow and things like that. So yeah, that was The Exorcist. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for sticking it out as long as you had with us here. My Bloody Valentine coming up next. We may have another mini episode in between now and then, but
we're building our crew still.
Yeah, we're still building our crew. Yeah, this is the All Guts So Gory podcast. If you like what we're doing here, leave us a rate and review wherever you listen to your pods. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at All Guts So Gory Pod. Make sure you follow us wherever you listen to your pods so you don't miss your favorite horror movies being broken down. We have a fan mail link in all of our show notes. So if you got a movie request or something you want to engage with us about, please do. That's it. I'm Mike. Thank you, Atticus, for coming in, giving our young person insight here. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome, Mike.
You're welcome for my service.
Yeah. I'm Mike. This is the All Guts So Gory podcast. Andy, take us home.
This is the end, friend.